Welcome everyone to Beneath the Five Kings. Stop. This is episode 44 of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition Adventure Path. Stop. My name is Brendan and I'm here with Austin. Stop. Josh. Stop. Justin. Stop. Sarah, Dylan, and Lorna. We're going to play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition today. A little bit of Paizo Sky King's Tomb Adventure Path. We call it Beneath the Five Kings because we're cool that way. Welcome back, everyone. Been a couple weeks since we've gotten to play this game. Actually, well, I guess we did play 2 weeks ago. We were missing Justin, but he's back and ready for action.
Thank you.
The whole crew here this week. Yeah. I guess that's not true. Did we skip a session for Dylan being gone?
We skipped a Starfinder session.
We skipped Starfinder.
We skipped last week.
We didn't play last week. We wouldn't have played this game regardless, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, we don't take any days off here.
That's right. No days off.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Not rain, sleet, snow, or hail.
I mean, that might be true. We definitely don't take weather days off unless we lose electricity.
But, all right. Yeah. Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Well, so...
Oh, wait.
Last session...
Big news. We're affiliate now. On
That's
Twitch.
True.
You can
We're
sub.
Official.
You can do bits. We don't have any emotes yet, but we're talking about it.
Die happy.
There's channel points, so we'll be able to do polls. There's a whole world of stuff now. And I will have to run ads. So, it's as a requirement.
We can money launder on a very small scale. We can get our Prime subs from anyone who has Amazon Prime and subscribe to our channel and just feed that money right back into the cycle.
It's true. I already subbed. I got the first sub, so
yeah,
I stole that.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I got the first $100 donation to us.
We don't have a donation button set up, but we could.
Oh, man.
You usually have to do like a PayPal for that. I'd have that below my channel, but I think it's never done anything. But
Gotcha. Well, anyways, so last session we left off with an audience with the Queen of the Fae. So our banter topic this week is, who is someone famous you would like to meet in real life, or someone famous that maybe you wouldn't like to meet in real life? You'd be scared to meet them.
Alive? Like I could meet them tomorrow?
I mean, I'd say as long as they're a real person.
Okay.
We'll start with Austin because he clearly has.
Well, the two women that immediately come to mind as queens are Florence Pugh and Haley Steinfeld.
Okay.
Haley Steinfeld recently
took that a certain direction.
Just finished Sinners. Yeah, might as well, right?
First.
I think
also
that's
just got married to a football player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Well, we forgive her for that.
So Austin's greatest wish is to get beat up right now.
By a football
If Haley Steinfeld beat me up, I think I'd be okay with that.
Fair.
All right.
Right? Like you just did.
She's a superhero.
I would expect Florence Pugh to beat you up. I don't know, but
I would hope Florence Pugh would beat me up.
Let's be fair.
And
anyone could beat Austin up.
Well, now I just feel like it's a weird list that I'm making. Strong third is Sabrina Carpenter.
This is really kind of off-putting, Austin.
Is it off-putting? Are you grossed out by this?
Yeah,
man?
A little bit.
Well, what do you got then? What do you want? What famous person are you gonna meet? Jesus?
What famous? I don't give a fuck about Jesus.
The name of our title for this episode.
I don't give a fuck about Jesus.
That would draw a very particular crowd, or it wouldn't. I don't know.
I don't know. I have to think about that one.
Yeah.
I know who mine would be.
Okay.
I would like to meet Brennan Lee Mulligan.
That'd be good.
They're pretty cool. D&D royalty, if you will.
I want to guess Sarah's. I don't know what mine is, but I have a guess. What
Sarah guessed Lorna's too. Then.
Percy was yelling at the sky, and so I went and got him. So what was the question? I'm so sorry.
What famous person would you like to meet? And once you have who you want to say, I want to guess before you say it what yours is.
Alive
I don't know what mine is.
Sure. I gave 3, so.
That's a good question.
because we just got done meeting with Queen Kilimanjaro. So
Something tells me that's not her name.
Jarma.
Kilimanjaro.
Roll for insight on Austin.
you fail. Sorry. Unreadable.
Oh, dang it.
You got one,
I
Brendan?
don't believe you.
Everyone else is thinking?
Oh, I got tons. My answer would be Scott D. Young, the author of The Cult of the Cave Worm,
Oh,
Book 2.
boring.
No, that was a cop-out answer.
Wow.
There's gonna
I
be an
don't
ad
know.
starting
I feel
soon.
like-
Sorry.
Okay. So should we pause entirely? Not do anything?
I don't think so. I think the
I think we
dance
should
is
keep
part of
talking.
it. Yeah.
I really didn't think I cared to meet famous people, and then we met Christopher Paolini, and I was like, this is actually pretty dope.
That was
I
pretty
got
cool.
to talk to the guy who wrote one of my most favorite books of all time. So it's like,
That was
I
dope.
want to continue doing that. But I don't know who I have in mind for this. Maybe Mark Hamill. I feel like he'd be a cool guy.
Yeah.
That would
Paul
be
Rudd.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Paul
That's
Rudd
that's a
would be good
high,
one.
like a Kansas City, like, you know, I mean, ironic,
Exactly.
for no particular reason. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can think of like actors that I think would be fun to like talk to, but I don't really necessarily like. I don't know how much we talk about other than
Yeah,
like
who-
meeting and saying hi.
It'd be
but-
cool.
Who's your royalty? Is it Jane Goodall?
No,
yeah,
I know what it is. I know what Sarah's wrong. I know what Sarah
Why
was.
don't you answer for Sarah?
Steve Irwin.
Oh.
Steve
Yeah.
would be cool.
Good eye, might.
Yeah, I feel like all of mine are definitely like in the constellation sort of spectrum of things.
The holy trinity of wholesomeness, right? Steve Irwin and Bob Ross and
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. That's what it is.
That'll do it.
I was gonna say T-Pain, but
Yeah, T-Pain.
And
Holy
T-Pain.
Yeah, no, Jane
The Holy
Goodall is
Trinity.
a good. As far as people that are alive, I mean, Christina Mittmeyer, she's a marine biologist that also works for National Geographic, and she does a lot of. She's a marine. She also does a lot of work with like, I feel like, I don't know. She just is a very well-rounded, very cool person. I think it'd be interesting to talk to her.
Well-rounded individual. Like Austin's
Yeah,
friends.
that's what I was thinking about. Was her
Yeah.
thick thighs.
you could always think about who would you want to go to dinner with, like who would be a
Squirrel Girl.
good, like just a conversation over a meal.
My friends are here!
My
Oh,
friends,
God.
yeah, Squirrel Girl. I want to meet what's her name, Miljana Vantrub, the AT&T girl that voices Squirrel Girl.
Wait,
All right, Austin just
18
got a long
girl
list of
versus
girls.
Squirrel girl?
Yeah, she
He just
voices
wants
her.
to meet pretty girls. He
Yeah,
doesn't actually
please,
care what they
please.
say. He just wants to get close and look at them.
Yeah,
Wow, this is
Austin's a
just getting
creeper.
weirder and weirder for Austin.
my main
Well-
girls, Haley, Sabrina, and
My main
Florence.
girls hate. Do they know
What a
that?
simp.
They do, yeah. They're aware that someone says that at least.
Oh.
All right.
That was right before he got
So,
slapped.
moving away from Austin's.
Wait, did Dylan go?
top- No.
Oh, we're going to move away
No,
from me.
it's-
Sorry.
It's a whole segment just to get away from what you were doing.
I'm just trying to segue.
Yeah, no,
Dylan,
mine's,
who would you like to meet?
mine
who's your-
has been and will be Jake Gyllenhaal. He's
Really?
top for me. Yeah.
The Jake
he's-
Meister.
The way people like Ryan Reynolds is the way I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I
You
just
could like
who
Ryan
he is.
Reynolds?
People love Ryan.
Yeah,
Reynolds.
people love Ryan Reynolds. He's huge right now.
Oh wow,
Huge.
Huge.
he's
Huge.
huge.
Did
Did he like lose a lot of weight or something? Like,
No, he gained a
No,
lot of
why
weight.
do
That's
people
why
Did
he's
it-
huge.
That was
Yeah.
the plot of
Gained a
one of
lot
his
of weight.
movies.
Bubble
If
Boy,
we're-
yeah.
If we're indulging the actor category, I feel like Tom Holland would definitely be on mine.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ah.
Oh, Andrew Garfield
Owen.
would be
But
great.
Laura, when you say
He's
James
my
Harriet,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that is
Spider-Man.
exactly what I was going to say. See, Sarah and I, that's why we're one person.
It's so good you don't even have to roll like perception checks for each other.
No,
please look at those
exactly.
eyes, like friendship paintings.
Dylan, there's a
I don't
book.
have a good celebrity though, but I want to have like maybe Pedro Pascal. Honestly,
Oh no,
I
no,
think
That's
honestly,
good.
he would be fun to look at and talk to. Austin.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
I have been watching a string of him doing interviews because his answers are so thoughtful, and he'll just go like, "Wee!" and it's like the cutest guy ever.
No, what'd he say? I'm a pleaser.
I'm a pleaser.
I saw that. Yeah.
And that me? Is that my boy? Oh, that's not my boy. All the
Obviously,
NPCs are going to sound like that today.
well, really, all of them.
All
Well, consistency is
I'm
key.
a
I suppose.
queen.
Jake Gyllenhaal's gonna be in a new movie, Dylan, called Hail Mary. That's based off a book, and you should read the book before the movie comes out. It's a very good book. It's written by the guy that did The Martian, so it's like the same style, like science-y type book. But highly recommend.
That.
Yeah, Hail Mary.
You haven't read the Green Mars, Blue Mars books? Have you ever read Mars? Any of those?
Don't think so. They don't
Should get into
sound
the Mars
familiar.
series.
I was thinking of Blue October when you said Jake Gyllenhaal.
There you go.
Also
Is it
good.
Blue
I've seen-
October?
I've-
Also,
I've
October
seen
Sky,
all
excuse me.
of his
October
movies.
Sky.
October Sky.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
October
October.
The Hunt.
Yes.
The Hunt
yes.
for Red
No,
October is a movie.
October
maybe?
Sky.
October Skies. Yeah.
Yes.
We got there.
Well, we made some rapid association right there. That's just the lightning round. All right.
No,
Does
what
everybody
really
get a
grabbed
chance
me
to go?
was no, I want to talk about Donnie Darko for a second, because that movie is awesome. Anyone got any thoughts other than my own?
I'm just
All right.
now I'm thinking about No Way Home. Also Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, there you go.
Or
Mysterio.
Homecoming. Yeah, exactly.
Far from home,
Far From Home.
because they were in Europe.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. All right.
Willem Dafoe.
Well,
It'd be really cool to talk to him too.
Oh, that would be fun.
Be awesome.
I want to talk to him, but only if he still has the beard and everything that he had in the Lighthouse movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to look like he's living in a lighthouse for 100 years.
I want him to be in character from his character in Nosferatu.
Oh. The Doctor?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Green Goblin, and I was like, that would be kind of scary, honestly.
Oh, I want my Willem Dafoe where he's like showing off his swag and like all of the things that he's wearing. I want that Willem
A
Dafoe.
pimped out Dafoe.
His
Yeah.
voice oozes swag.
His voice oozes swag, Spider-Man.
That's pretty good,
I'm-
actually.
Somewhat of a scientist myself.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
I didn't know he was the Green
Boy.
Goblin in that scene.
Poor Peter Parker.
It's sure
All right.
developed.
I told Austin like
Yep.
5 times we're gonna watch the Spider-Mans again. I mean it. We're gonna watch them again.
I believe you.
Sarah means it. We're going to watch Spider-Man someday.
They're coming out again. So excited.
It's a while, right?
A
Next year.
Closer to 2050 next year.
Yeah. Closer to
Closer to
2050 for
2050 than
sure.
2000, that's for sure.
And the OG Spider-Man release, probably.
Not quite.
Is it 2001?
2003?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking 3 too, but it could be 1.
Oh. I don't know, I guess. Oh well. We didn't come here to talk about Spider-Man, although
Ooh.
we could. So if everybody in the comments, if that's what you prefer to an actual Pathfinder podcast, just let us
Hey,
know.
Brendan, did you question at all?
Tell us
What?
who your Spider-Man is.
I
The
think I
who
did.
you want to meet?
Well, I sarcastically said the person
I know
who
you
wrote
said.
this
I know.
adventure path.
Yeah.
But then I said, I don't know, it'd be cool to meet Mark Hamill, I think.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Luke
you did. Okay.
Skywalker.
You did say Mark Hamill. That's true.
Yeah, I think Paul Rudd seems like a cool guy. I'm trying to think of non-actor people, but I don't
For
know.
some reason, that's hard in our culture.
Yeah.
You don't really do. You're not a huge music guy, so there's not like a lot of like musicians necessarily. I don't feel like.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
I want to talk to Carl Sagan. So you get to do dead people. That'd be awesome.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably be cool to talk to Leonard Nimoy, OG Spock.
Bill Nye would be fun.
Science guy?
Bill Nye would be a.
What about the
I heard
guy
he's
who
not
used to
nice.
do Blue's Clues? Steve on Blue's Clues? The guy who
It's
did-
just that works. Just Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yeah. The guy who played Steve on Blue's
Yeah, yeah.
Clues.
Not like
Oh,
the.
weird
know
to
him
talk to
as the
some other
the
random-
metal- No,
Can
the
you imagine?
drummer, right?
People that made an entire career
Yeah.
off of like being a character on a kids show probably doesn't have that much as far as conversations go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
That
bet
was
they've lived a
like-
life. You know, they've done some shit.
You know
Drugs.
how
entertaining to talk to.
Why do you gotta go drugs, Sarah? Jesus.
What's that?
Have you seen Elmo?
That thing that you can do?
What does
You
Elmo
can
have to do with this?
you can pay to have people like record a short thing and send it
Cameos.
to somebody.
A cameo,
Cameos.
yeah.
I have one.
And,
Blind
and
McMurray.
there was like a certain Power Ranger
The list.
that I was like, oh, it'd be cool to get a cameo from them. And then some of their cameos were like super like borderline like racist slash like very ableist, like just like talking down to people. And I'm just like, oh man, that is just not a good color on a Power Ranger. Come on.
Not a good color, and you're saying they were racist. Okay, Brendan. They
Cameos
looked in the
kind of give me
mirror.
the ick.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I still think my dad would appreciate a cameo from somebody on The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be like a Christmas present at some point. That I have to
do it
to plan ahead of.
Before they all
time.
pass away.
The kid from that
Jesus
show
Christ.
was just in the Daredevil series.
He sure was.
Oh, that's cool.
He played an
really, AJ.
Excellent character in
Oh, that's awesome.
Daredevil.
Yeah, he was like a trumper.
He and Meadow, like both, like the son and the daughter of the Soprano family, like have like a podcast that they do. It keeps popping up on my TikTok, and I'm just like, I feel like I should watch that. I don't know why. I think it'd be good, but
They made her get a nose job after the first season because too many guys are like, nah, not with that schlong, and so then they
Meadow?
changed it up on her.
oh, that's sad.
It is sad. Yeah.
We're talking about Meadow?
Yeah.
She had a nose job? Anyways, we really devolved, but I did not know
Yeah.
that. Anyways.
All right.
Not with that
Well, I'll get
schlong.
us back to our fantasy game that's about something completely different. Yeah. So, Justin, did you ever end up getting to watch last week's episode? Or are you coming into this kind of blind?
I watched a little bit of it and then got distracted with other things.
The TikTok,
Alright,
the last
but-
TikTok gave the ending away. That was the most important part,
Yes.
probably.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Last session, Elnat got pulled away. He saw somebody that he knew, and he rushed off to go talk with them. Right as sort of a combat was beginning, there was this creature that was threatening you all with a firebomb, an alchemist fire. It looks like, and you ended up talking the creature down, not having to fight with her. Her name was Zivu, I believe.
Mm-hmm. The largest.
And she gave you guys some more details about. You gave her an idea of a prank to pull, and she gave you some more details about what's kind of going on within the city. So now you've gotten a clue that was left behind by Innerhoff. He gave you like a note, and they gave you guys a kind of a clue about what was going on there. And then Zivu filled you in a little bit of information, and you've talked to Yakazak and a few other people about it. And you kind of get this idea that the cult and the queen are kind of on opposite sides of the struggle for power. It sounds like the cult has broken into the queen's palace and stolen an item, the Every Wind map, which can locate a creature and kind of show you its current location on a map, like a continuous location for it. So you think it could be useful in this quest that you're on to kind of track down this red worm, this crimson worm. And the queen has basically said, you all need to infiltrate the cult and feed me information on it so that we can bring it down once and for all. And then she sort of let slip that she is imprisoned Elnat, and she's like there's a cage that descended from the ceiling that Elnat was trapped within. It looks like he's still got all of his gear, all of his stuff, but he's currently, like, it seems to be maybe the prisoner of this queen. So it's kind of where we left off last session. Austin, did you have a question?
What's the name of the map from Harry Potter that lets you see people's footsteps?
The Marauders map?
That's kind of what I'm
yeah.
picturing this, but like larger scale.
Yeah, this one is, I think, probably has to be attuned to a specific creature. It doesn't show everything all the time. But yeah, it's that's the kind of idea. Is like you could kind of like trace its trail, and see
Cool.
where things are, all
So
the time.
we're still in with the queen, right?
Yep.
So now, for meta reasons, we need to negotiate Queen Frilimanjarma to have her release Elnat to have him help us in this adventure. So very last thing that happened was we got lowered, right? Like that's where we ended.
Yep.
So yeah, it
And
might be a.
go.
Hey,
Scene.
Elnat, are you okay? Has she done anything to you?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hi. Well, Queen Philip Jonama, I can't imagine why you would have captured our friend here. I mean, of course, we'd be happy to help you, but where he's a valued member of our team, we're gonna need him to accompany us while we infiltrate this cult.
So I think she's going to say, "Well, of course, I wouldn't expect you to go on this mission without your full complement, but I wanted him here as insurance to make sure that you agreed with my plan."
I think we do, right? And Walker kind of looks to everyone else like, are we good to do this? Do we want Elnat back? Like that's he's giving that expression with his face.
Do we want Elnat back?
I'm picturing the ground like shaking as like Bao jumps up and down.
Good deal.
Damn good deal. Bao's excited to see him. Probably
Yeah.
Silverforge is actually the most excited. We're probably having
we
to
left
hold
him-
Silverforge back a
Yeah,
little
we
bit.
left Silverforge, remember?
Yeah, he's back in his room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And we said nothing could go wrong leaving a metal velociraptor in this inn room by himself.
That's true. We put him into sleep mode, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, 'cause he was on his Roomba dock.
Yeah.
Room
Gotcha.
talk.
He was charging himself, yeah. Well, I
Something
think
like
that
that.
yeah, we would most appreciate you releasing him. We obviously we'd be happy to help you. And I think the insurance here is that at any point, if you think that we've betrayed you, you could just set the town guard back on us. Since they already have orders to not attack us, I think that would be insurance enough, don't you think?
She's going to look you all over. Does someone still have that token of the queens?
The guard's
Yes.
token?
The guard
Someone
tokens?
does, yeah.
Someone does.
Okay.
Karu does.
Yes, here it is. It was in the smallest pocket.
And so she's going to say, "Ah, good. You already have one of my guards' medallions. I would not recommend that you have that on your person when you're going to infiltrate the cult." She's like, "But at the very least, you can use that to get back in contact with me after you've made some progress."
Progress.
We have to use that like as like an entry to get back into here, right? It's not like a magic
Yeah.
telephone walkie-talkie
you don't-
thing. No.
You don't
Okay.
think so. No,
Okay.
You haven't been able to use it that way before, so.
Okay, cool. That brings up a valid point. We probably don't want to just leave that coin somewhere, so someone should probably have it on them. What is it, like a stealth check to like hide items on yourself from other people, or is that like a thievery check? Like we should probably talk about who should actually be holding it, like if we do get
yeah.
patted down or something, you know?
Yeah, it would probably be a thievery check to try and hide it in the
like-
event that, you get patted down, basically.
So like that'd be Orpheus. You probably have the best thievery, I'd imagine, far and above.
Let me look. I have 11.
I have a 2.
An 8, but you can has it. And he flicks it
Yeah.
to you.
Oh, yeah. 0.
That makes sense. You're a holy man. Holy men
Keep it
aren't
secret.
thieves. Okay,
it safe.
so cool. Orpheus. We can at least try to remember that Orpheus now has that coin.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
But, yeah, so, I mean, I can basically, like, remember last time she said that, you're free to investigate and learn whatever you will, but perhaps you will serve as agents of my vengeance. My desire is that the cult leaders be punished, my property is returned, and my curiosity about their activities is sated. In that order. So basically, she wants to know that they've been disbanded, that they're not going to cause her any more problems. She's going to wants to know that there aren't any more plots against her that they could still carry out, and then also that she gets that map back.
So she
Those are
really
the
wants
things
us
she
to dismantle, not just infiltrate, gain info, steal her stuff, and bring it back. She also wants us
Right,
to
she
like
wants us to destroy
to
the
fuck
cult
shit
from
up.
within.
On the inside.
That's exciting. Okay.
Bop, 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 bop.
I don't know. It's a crazy aside that only maybe Dylan and you are going to appreciate. The new season of Marvel Snap used that animation for their like wizardry shit, which was pretty funny. Okay. I guess so. So she just lets us leave after that. We're good to. Does anyone else have anything to ask her? I guess.
Let us leave.
Romaine.
Think. Sorry, I was looking up
No, you're
the
good.
magical tattoos to see if there was something that would like allow things to be hidden, but I'm not seeing
Lightning bolt.
anything immediately.
Live wire. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have enough to go off of because we already kind of planned it to talk to the cult. We just chose this first.
Yeah. I'll ask the queen. The person I was with, Darius, is he okay? Where is he? We were separated as we were being brought here.
Your companion, well, he has certainly broken some rules of the city, but I suppose in the event that your mission is successful, I could return him to you.
Sweeten the pot. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I will make sure that we are successful in our mission.
You will be well taken care of. You needn't worry, little dwarf.
Ooh. Don't like
Who you
little
call
dwarf.
little?
It
Alright.
kind of sounds like we should really be worried.
I get okay. Do we now take the next 30 to 45 minutes in real life to plan what we're gonna do? I think that makes the most sense. Is there any
Yeah.
deals that we should
I'm
analyze
gonna
here?
take a break. See you guys later.
Yeah. No, our plan last time was to bring our not friend, the dude we met with the worm mask, Yakazak, right?
Yakazak, yeah.
Into the town
Yakazak.
square and make him. The clan looks for.
Did you say Yakazak?
The cult clan. The cult looks for like feats of strength or something like that, right? So we were gonna try to make Yakazak look like he did something worthy of their attention and then use him to get their attention, right? Like, was that the plan?
That's a plan.
Yakazak's plan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I was gonna say,
that's a
so
plan.
I guess thinking about that plan, do we have any reason that we need him? Like, do we think that he's gonna, like, any one of us could just, like, Angorak could just go out there, big strong orc, and just start weightlifting shit, and maybe he'd get into the cult? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we just need to find the right people to do that in front of.
What the fuck was that, Austin? Big,
Well, you're an
strong
orc.
Angor can just start weightlifting shit?
Yeah, I mean,
I am
feats of
more
strength.
than just a big, strong orc.
All right, well, we need someone that's big and strong then. So if
He's
that's not
also
our
our
orc,
second healer.
then yeah, he is our
Yeah,
secondary
I am
healer.
our secondary healer, okay?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I think that you would all know it's probably not even like the feats of strength. I don't think is the essential part of the plan. I
Okay.
think that's what Yakazak thought he needed to do. He needed to show off his. He's like, I think that the worm is going to give me powers, kind of thing. And so he's like, however, we can like demonstrate that my commitment is strong enough. You know,
Okay.
like the cult will take me in. But yeah, you think? I mean, there's probably.
We just start asking, make ourselves noticed.
You have a couple of leads, right? Of people that might be associated with the cult.
Seamus?
You know,
Seamus? The leprechaun?
Yeah, the
Right?
leprechaun.
Fergus.
Is
Fergus, excuse me.
Fergus.
Fergus's niece.
Oh yeah, his niece. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't him, but he was our lead to
Yeah.
her. Okay.
So you could potentially like try to find her and try to maybe like follow her back or somehow like talk with her and tell her about your allegiance to the worm cults. But like, you know, there's a route there probably. Or yeah, if you want to go that, like Yakazak is noticeable. He obviously has shown his dedication for the cult for a long time, but he has yet to seem powerful or significant enough to get entrance into the cult. You know, they kind of just think of him as a nuisance more than anything. So you have to prove to them that he's not.
I don't know how we prove that to him, because he does kind of seem like a nuisance, you know?
What?
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
say?
kind of wondering. I'm kind of wondering if we even.
Yeah, maybe we just don't
need him
even involve
involved.
him.
Yeah.
I tried to already stab him.
That's true. You just have to
Sarah
be.
did.
Oh, that you just have to be really, really sneaky when you sneak back into the pub to get Silverforge, or if he's got like a cool whistle like Geralt that can just spawn like Roach from anywhere, that would be cool too. Or if your god
I
could do that
imagine
for you.
you get back into the room, and it's like if you left a husky in a room all by itself, and the whole door frame is like eaten off of it. It's just like,
He's just being pet.
Silverforge, what have you done?
He's being pet
He's
by
just like,
Yakazak in the corner.
yeah. Oh, there you are! You've come back! Your
Oh no,
friend
he
is
remembered the
looking for you!
voice. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was just a conduit for information. But
Yeah,
other
we
than
maybe don't
love
have to interact with
so
him again.
much-
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
It's a really good image for the shorts, though. Okay.
Yeah.
He could have a brother.
He's really good at clip farming, basically. Okay.
I'll follow you anywhere!
So, what do you guys want to do then? Just start asking around? Try to.
I figure we could. I don't know. Do we have any leads into the cult other than Yakizak?
I mean,
think we go
Seamus is
see
niece.
Yakizak. I don't think there's any avoiding it, boys. We have
Yeah,
to
I
go
think we-
find Yakizak.
I think we can. We could split up.
Nope.
I
Alright,
have a
indeed.
cause.
You got cut off
It's
there, Brendan.
because I hate him.
And look for clues!
Now, I think the strongest non-annoying lead is Seamus's niece,
Fergus.
Fergus. Jesus, I don't know why I got. I mean, I know that's another stereotypical name. but
Sebastian.
Furry knees.
What's?
I'll
Do we
tell you
know
that.
Fergus's
What's the
niece's
niece?
name?
Fergus O'Rourke.
Yeah, let's just dox hardcore. Do we know
O'Malley.
Fergus's niece's name?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's an option to go back and talk to him more. Try to
But
figure
we
out
don't
what's
know
going
that
on
Fergus
there.
will be there.
True.
And then we risk Yakazak being there. Fuck it. That could be
What do
two
you mean
birds with one
risk?
stone. You know exactly what I mean, risk. All right,
Yakizak is just a sweet young boy.
fuck it. How do we know how old he is? He could be like 73 and just weird.
Yeah, you have a good point.
True.
I like hanging out at kids' parties.
Ooh.
There's
Oh.
always something to do.
Oh no!
Warning.
There's always cake.
Warning.
Do you
I
still
love
want?
cake.
Uh-huh. All right, that's my vote now, I guess. Back to the pub.
Yeah, I think we have to go back to the pub, regardless of our hatred for Hacky Sack.
All roads lead to Yakazak.
It's the
Name of this
bottom
episode's
feeders
title.
is the name of it, right?
That's right, the bottom feeders, and it's a picture of a catfish and someone's feet sticking out.
Do I dare switch to that map?
The bottom feeders.
I guess.
Tavern.
What is it? Does everyone else want to do that? That's just 2 votes.
Yeah, I mean, Elnat will want to go and get
Silverforge.
Silverforge.
Touche. It's 3. Orpheus, Wong,
Yeah, I
Karu.
think I've already
Sure.
said. Never mind.
But it couldn't hurt too much.
That seems unanimous then, I suppose. All right, see you, Queenie. Walk out. I assume we're just having this conversation here.
Yeah, later.
What do we
skaters.
do?
I like the idea of you calling her Queenie.
I assume
She
she
likes it
didn't
too.
like that. Oh, she did? Okay. Write that down.
I'm
Also goes-
queen. She says, I will be powerful and beautiful, and all shall tremble in despair.
I bet Bao is missing Oba, too. I forgot about Oba.
Oba. He is excited for his girlfriend.
So I'm gonna say you guys get back, and Yakazak is nowhere to be found. There's a outline of like dirt on the ground that is the shape of a mitflit, but it's just there.
A white outline with like yellow markers with numbers on it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of guys with blue hats on, like really tall blue hats, and they're just like,
Oh no!
No, no. You just get back and he's not there.
Okay.
But the regular crowd appears to be the Ulat Kini, the Red Caps, the Morlocks, just having their evening brews.
I'd go up to
yeah,
I'd go up to the room to get Silver Forge first thing.
Sure.
And there's no sign of the leprechaun either, right?
He's there.
Oh, he's there. Okay.
He's drinking at the bar. He looks like he's kind of deep in his cups again. It seems to be a frequent occurrence for him.
Damn, poor guy. I feel like Orpheus was the one that talked to Seamus last time, right? I feel like we should use that connection.
Somebody's gonna have to remind me of that interaction because it's been a minute, and this has also been a busy last few days.
I think no one remembers exactly how it went. So you're probably...
Just give me the gist. Give me the vibes.
This guy did not like us talking to him very much, and was actually
finding out more information from the barkeeper.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fargus didn't tell us
Fargus.
anything about his niece. It was the bartender that did.
Correct.
Okay. Forgot about that. Okay. So, I mean, do we want to go the route of talking to him and bringing up his niece to like show that we know that, or should we try to get more information out of the bartender?
I think maybe approaching him, not like, hey, we know what's going on with your niece, but being more empathetic to show that we're not here to be hostile would potentially be a good start.
Okay. Well, I have a high diplomacy, so I can start, and then if things go south, someone with a high intimidation maybe jumps in. And I walk up behind him and I poke him in the side.
Diplomacy that I could try to aid.
Like we're friends. Like I kind of grab him, like, hey, no, I'm kidding. Fargus, is it?
Yeah. Okay. He goes, hi, laddie. What are you doing here?
Hi, well, my name's Wakroon. Staying here the past couple of nights, and saw you sitting down here at the end of the bar, and I just wanted to introduce myself. How do you do?
And I really liked your vibe.
I like the red thing you got, the short red hair. I feel like we're similar in that regard.
We're kinfolk almost.
Almost.
We should swap stories. Do you have anyone? Any great ones?
I do actually. Very recently, I was diving down about this level, and ran into some signs of a cave worm. Actually, it's terrifying. I don't know if you've ever experienced one in a real life, but it was truly a horrifying moment. I've heard that you actually may know a thing or two about cave worms, and maybe even groups that you praise them. Don't know the best way to put it.
And I think there's like kind of a hush. You know, the guy with the hooked hand in the corner that's playing piano, like suddenly goes, dun.
I imagine I'm not being super loud, but like maybe that's just to show that everyone was listening, I guess is a good way to.
Yeah. And he's just like, well, I don't know about all that, laddie, but if it's a story you're seeking, we could trade tales. And he kind of like stands up and puts his foot on the bar and like leans into you real close, like, and he's just like, tell you what.
All right.
Tell me a story about yourself and I'll tell you one of my own. A fight of fables, arena of anecdotes, a tussle of tales. The first move's yours, stranger. And then the whole crowd starts kind of like clapping and like kind of like getting into it a little bit. And okay.
Fuck. Minigame.
Yeah, basically. So he's trying to get you to tell a story. So you could use a story of something that you guys have done on this adventure if you'd like, and then try to tell me what type of check you would do to supplement that. And then maybe he'll share some of his own. And if you get far enough through this process, then maybe he'll give you some good information.
Okay. So happy to tell a story. I don't know like how the check should relate to that. Like, should I be? You think like, look, my diplomacy's really high. Do I need to tell a diplomatic story? You think that that's how it should work? Like that should the skill should relate to the thing.
I mean, I think diplomacy is pretty widely applicable. Like,
Okay.
unless you're trying to like scare him or something, like
Okay,
if you're trying to tell a scary story, then that's a different different. Skill
That's my
set
highest. My
probably.
next highest would be esoteric lore, so I could describe some crazy beast that we fought to maybe in one of the rounds. So, okay, turn this up just a little bit. Ale and anecdotes.
Come on, then.
That's great.
Surprise me with a
Aye,
tale
well,
of your own glory.
Very recently, oh fuck, what's the name of the? I gotta scroll way up on our notes. Give me one moment. Jesus, we have a lot of notes.
Go on, get it out, lad.
Aye. Are you aware of any of the sports that they play up in beneath the Five Kings Mountain? Have you ever heard of any of the sports?
An athlete yourself. Go on, tell us the tale.
Aye, well, me and some of our friends, we were just out visiting and watching one of the games when a couple of the players got injured, and some of us had to jump down in, and we ended up winning the whole championship because of it. My God, it was the most glorious thing that you ever did see.
My God, what's the sport called?
I am still looking through the notes, trying to figure it out. Do you have any idea what session it was?
Blitzball?
Wait a
Excellent.
minute. You're not one of the High Helm Hodags, are you?
Aye, we but I wouldn't know if we were a part of them, but God bless it, we were subs that day. We helped win the championship game.
Truly a tale of heroism.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go with diplomacy here to start with.
I'll try to aid.
Sure.
Aid by giving some additional supporting details of Orpheus and it was Orpheus and Angoric that were
Yeah.
actually played.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Mhm.
But we're
So, yeah.
embellishing a little bit and saying that there was
Yeah.
more of us that jumped in there.
Oh, okay.
I just think
Well-
we're taking over the minds of the crowd afterward.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna use details that actually happened of those two
Sure,
to
sure.
make it more real.
Okay.
I got a 14 to aid.
Okay.
I think. All right, so
DC 15 to aid.
I think it is.
Oh,
yeah,
is it?
DC
Okay.
15. Yeah.
Dang
So
it.
then I got it's not great. I got a 22 total.
22. Okay. All right. So he's gonna reply back with the tale of his own, and he's. Well, that's an incredible tale, lad. But I'm gonna go back a bit further to when I was but a wee turnip in the ground. He said, "Me mum and pa did toil upon the soil and pull me from the earth, and that's when I was born. You see, because leprechauns are made of more than's worth." And he's just like he's like telling this tale about it's like he was born in in the soil underneath a rainbow, and and he's like, that's when I got my first pot of gold, and like he's like telling this tale. Okay, and he's kind of clearly exaggerating. I think leprechauns are still born the way that normal people are born, but it's all in fun and games.
Yeah.
But then he's going to point to someone in the group there and say, perhaps you could tell a tale of your past, of where you come from, of where you want to go.
Oh no. Is he Cotton Eye Joe?
I think Elnat will take that.
Sure.
For the story of his past, he's gonna tell.
You were cutting out
Story
just a
of-
little bit, Justin.
That's not surprising. I'm moving around the house.
You're
to
good now.
Get stuff ready. He'll tell the story of forging his clan dagger with his father.
Ah.
It's fun.
Still thinking diplomacy, but is there a better skill?
I say, how good is your
maybe?
crafting? That would be like a.
That could be
There you
That
go.
seems relevant, and maybe
they're
better.
the same, but I'll
Flavor it.
they're the same bonus, but that's okay. 27.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. So then he changes the subject here. He's told you where he's come from, and he's heard where you've come from. But then he says, "Ah, the next tale is one to spawn 1,000 nightmares, and you can respond with a fearsome tale of your own." And he's just like, "There was once a forgotten Tane, one of the behemoths that came upon us from the first world, known as the Velkinder. Tales of it scared villagers who dared not tread beyond the settlement. They were trapped, you see, for fear of being eaten. Yet they were doomed already. They knew not that what lived in the wilds outside was, in fact, inside the Velkinder's own stomach, for the village had already been swallowed, and all of their peril was for naught."
Alaskan bullworm.
Basically. But yeah, so he's just like, "Now, see if you can scare the hairs off of some of these folks." And he points towards the fish people that don't have any hair.
Someone should tell the
What's
story
the
about the cat killer or the mushroom leshy we fought. Those are both scary.
The haunt of the great worm that we encountered.
It's true.
Or the creepy dolls.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Creepy dolls was pretty scary. I assume we're looking for different people each time, though. So someone.
I can actually use a spell if let's see, joint pass. Yeah,
my God.
I can bring him into my
That's-
experience.
Perfect.
I'll give him a first-hand recollection of our haunt with this worm that we're trying to find. Actually, try to get him to be sympathetic with our cause by showing him it first thing.
Yeah, how do you remember that haunt going? You guys remember the course of events that happened that day?
Oh, this.
Yeah, wasn't it whenever we were? It's whenever we had found the mannequin who had the curse on them. We heard the rumbling while we were in that house, and we came out, and it burst through one of the holes, and it had struck through a lady, and she was stuck on its snout. It just
Yeah, that's
We-
true.
It felt like the choker
impaled them.
things too, right? Like the mud monsters that were looking for water, and
Yeah,
they were
like
outside. They were before you.
and
Yeah.
like the choker things too, right? Like the amphibious things or something. That there's a lot of
Yeah, you fought those things. You fought those things before you went inside.
yeah.
And
so much.
Huang had lured them away with her water, and they were drinking it up greedily as we ran inside.
Greedily.
Alright.
And then Wakroon cowered.
did.
Cowardice.
There's a cave worm. Fuck that
Mhm.
shit.
That's fair.
And
Alright.
we just really had to put our heads together and really try and understand that this wasn't real because it was just far too terrifying for our minds to handle.
So you kind of share this memory with him, and he's kind of like staring off into space as it's kind of happening to him. And then he says, "Perhaps we should do something a little more upbeat." And then he says, "Maybe one of you has a tale of your own that tells of great heroism and brave deeds, the mythological, the heroic, the divine." And he's going to tell. It's a tale. He's like, "Once I set off on a quest, and before I knew it, I had gotten lost, and I ended up at fair Sinoshire, Desna's divine realm, the realm of mysteries and dreams, amongst the constellations. I stopped in for a bite and a bit of tea with the goddess, and we did share many tales with each other. But if travelers could only navigate by the stars, they'd never be lost again. I basically shifted the North Star to give directions to travelers near and far. And then she freed me and unfortunately turned down my marriage proposal. So I did not marry the goddess that day. But I decided that the best place to hide from the goddess of the stars was deep, deep in fair, the court of Ether. And then he's like, okay. So he tells this tall tale basically of how he supposedly met a goddess and she fell in love with him.
Yeah,
And
I was about
then,
to say, I'm gonna roll perception to see if this dude is lying.
Yeah, no, it's obviously not.
Definitely lying.
Obviously not true. But does anybody have a heroic tale that they could tell?
Probably when, like, Orpheus was almost dead and was begging for our primary healer Huang to save the day, and Angoric rushed in as the secondary healer and actually saved the day. That would be a good one to tell.
Yeah. When a god blessed us.
You could,
Yeah,
you could
that's a
tell
pretty good one.
all of you guys bravely climbing down the waterfall and then Walker falling to his death.
Karu just jumping.
Or we could tell of the time that Angoric had the courage to talk to his beloved Shahadri for the first time.
It's
Mm.
true.
He asked her out and went on that wonderful picnic.
Or when I get
Our
poisoned
audience
with Christmas
doesn't know,
tea.
but or the Christmas tea episode, yeah. The audience doesn't know, but this is just a clip show. We're just doing
Yeah, it's like clip show episode.
flashbacks the whole time.
I always hate those episodes.
Yeah, they are annoying.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just watched them all. Come on, back to back. What do you think I am?
It's not
Like,
great
I
for binge
waited
watchers, that's
10
for sure.
years to see this.
Who
wants
wants
to
to? Yeah. Anybody got any good diplomacy perform? Actually, I guess heroics. What's a good skill for heroics?
It's strength, or I don't know.
I guess
Yeah.
maybe intimidation, because it's like you're intimidate, like you're
Yeah.
trying to make it seem like, oh wow, that was a really scary thing that how you had to go through,
Yeah, potentially.
Survival.
You could
or survival potentially.
acrobatics, athletics. You could act it out.
That's true.
I've got pretty good survival, but that's about it.
All right, what story you want to tell? Have at it, Huang.
Well, and if we can't think of anything from our campaign, we could do someone could do something from their backstory. Like I said, mine was of
Big-
the forging of my
Big reveal
Clan
moments
dagger.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I still haven't revealed mine, I guess, technically, so I can kind of do it, but I didn't know if you wanted to. You just go for it, or.
Up to you.
If it's heroic.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead, Sarah. Well,
Once I found a little pangolin.
Well,
I
yeah,
said he was
kind of, honestly.
Star Spanglin.
Pull my stuff up, though, I guess, to be fair, for all that. I mean, I can give a
Don't
quick
be
little,
shy.
quick little synopsis. Basically, in my homeland, we had a very small village at the bottom of a mountain, and then one day it got pillaged and was set on fire, and Huang needed to like escape the smoke and ashes, and so she like was separated from her family, and turns out her family died during all that. So but during her like escape to try and find safe grounds, she found a little hole with a little baby pangolin in it, and he let her live there until all the ash and smoke had gone down. So he was kind of the
You
hero
moved
for
in with
all
a
that.
pangolin?
Yeah, because it was only big enough for him. It was very, very claustrophobic, but he basically existed in a place where the oxygen could finally like be breathable again, and for her to come out. And obviously, her whole family and her whole home was gone, and all she had left was this little pangolin that managed to share 1 cubic square foot with her for days on end.
That is heroic. I think the hero of that story is
Truly
Bao, though. I
brave.
think Bao has to
Exactly.
roll
That's what I'm saying.
heroics.
Bao. Yeah. Exactly.
The tale of Bao the Fearless brings a tear to my eye.
And as she tells it, he like kind of like swirls around her and like holds her like a baby because he's a big Bao now.
He's a big man.
That's probably that's
He's
probably a good survival
big man
check.
now.
Like that was a
Go for it.
story of survival.
Did you roll survival?
I did.
What'd you get?
26.
All right. And he says, but we must break away from these tales, because anyone can tell a story when it involves yourself and your friends. But the true challenge is to see if you can boast about someone you've just met. I want one of you standing here to pay me a compliment and make me blush.
We could just go extremely inappropriate with it. See if he gets embarrassed by like things like that, you know?
Who do you
Well,
think is
and-
the most extrovert in our group?
I mean, Elnet's fairly diplomatic, so maybe. But I mean, he did say if one of us could, so I feel like multiple people can try and
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, and I've never
Um,
seen. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a 14
I-
diplomacy too, so.
Yeah, I think it might be funny if we roll, and then depending on the
The compliment who
the
actually
number,
gets him to blush.
yeah, like we come up with the quote-unquote compliment or what.
Oh yeah, based on how good we think we do.
Because we could give a good thing in IRL, but then it
Then roll like
poor
crap.
roll. Yeah, I
That's
think it
true.
might be funnier if we let the die determine how good our actual compliment is. That's what I'm gonna do at least.
I hear you.
Got something if we're ready.
Go
And
for it.
Gork, I hope you don't mind me speaking for you.
Go ahead,
The most
make my day.
magnificent creature I've ever seen.
Oh my god, what is going on?
Literally speaking for you.
Ah!
I don't really sound like that, do I?
Yeah, I think he's the most magnificent creature I've ever seen. Mhm.
Okay. All right, what do we want to roll for this one?
I'm rolling diplomacy, and I got a.
No, don't say it.
Yeah.
Say what you're gonna say, and then tell what the number is. Because that's what I'm gonna do.
Elnet will say, let's see. Your eyes are like the nicest color of a rock. You got a
Wow.
13. You got a 13.
That was beautiful.
Not great.
Hi, Fergus. Your hair is more orange and your eyes are more green than the Great Emerald Isle, and your knees and your legs are just so short. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I say. I could just
Okay.
kiss you. And he stares at him a little too long. 22.
All right.
Not
22.
horrible, but not great.
All right.
Yeah. Better than my 13.
That's fair. And he says, you can always count on a dwarf to keep you down in the dumps.
Elnet
And he
just kind
says-
of like nods his head. He's like, yeah.
Oh, he's like, I gives you a shove, and he says, I'm giving you a hard time. And he says, and he takes his hat off, and he gets a little bit more solemn. He kind of is like wringing it a little bit,
Is it
and he
wet?
kind of sits down. He sits down in the bar. No, he's nervous about something.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
he
no.
says, I'd like to tell you a tale of a talented leprechaun, so full of cunning and charm. that she lit up every room as she entered. But sadly, her spirits was crushed by an oppressive regime, and she sought refuge and support from an uncle who was just too deep in his cups to notice how truly in pain she was. And he kind of like wipes a tear from his eyes. And he says, he didn't know any better. Otherwise, he would have taken her away to greener pastures afore now. But unfortunately, she's been swallowed whole by the earth when the cave worm came.
She was the lady on the snout.
Metaphorically speaking, or?
And she's embraced a new, different kind of role model. The role model of the beast. And I may never set eyes upon her again. And he kind of like puts his hat on, and then he goes right back to his cup he's drinking.
I guess I can't help but notice that last tale seemed a little bit less far-fetched than maybe some of the other ones did. I believe there may have been
You
some
mean
truth to
my
that one.
trauma?
Well, it's some real
This
shit
is
there,
all-
wasn't it?
All tales have a bit of truth in them. Unfortunately, some tales just hit closer to home. I'm sorry to bring you all down, lads. But sometimes there is no happy ending.
What was her name? What is her name? Oh, shit.
Yeah, is
I
she
think-
dead or is she just like sleeping?
She was swallowed by the
The
worm,
cult.
right?
She's been consumed by darkness in a way. I was speaking, if you hadn't
Metaphorically.
noticed,
Yeah.
about my niece,
Hey.
Via Vive.
I think hearing that, Elnat would probably like walk up to him and put his hand on his shoulder, and I can kind of relate to that. My father, who I was very close with, recently fell into darkness as well. It's not easy,
No.
but everyone tells me that it eventually will get better, but it's hard to see that as it currently is.
I'll admit, the tale does not have an end yet, but I'm afraid it's gone too far for me to have any hope of it being a happy one.
Tell me more about her.
Just-
When was the last time you saw her? Via Vive.
It's been months since I laid eyes upon her. She was, she used to come round quite early and often. She would dance in this very tavern as I told tales, and we would play music far into the night. He says, but she slowly stopped coming around. She begged me for a change. She begged me for just a change of pace. We would go on a trip or go visit one of my other cousins in a far-off borough, but I, of course, couldn't stand to see the stars again after my falling out with Desna.
Ah, of course.
And he goes, well, I guess it doesn't make any difference now. He says, I think she's too set in her ways to come back to me. And I'm
Hey.
afraid that you are the company you keep. And she keeps a very dangerous and dark crowd.
What if I told you that I think that we could help her? Or at the very least get her to come speak with you again so you can share how you feel?
Well, you lots are good tale tellers for sure, but I don't know if that makes you the best counselors and well, heroes in this case.
Aye, we're no heroes. That was the name of one of our previous
That's a-
books.
It's a fucking good callback. Bottle cap.
That is. Heyo.
I know. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if we could get in contact with her without your help, but I can promise between this group here, we would be able to convince her to come back and at the very least, speak with you. I think you and her both deserve that, at the very least.
And Elnat will chime in. Well, you may even if we don't succeed, we know for sure, doing nothing, that she won't come. But
Aye.
doing something, there's a chance.
That's true.
And I suppose you're speaking sense. But I don't even know how I'd go about getting in contact with her anymore.
Hey, did you notice her speaking with anyone, or did you ever find her in specific areas around the city before she stopped speaking with you? Any sort of clue or idea about her whereabouts would be extremely helpful. We don't need much, just something to go on.
This is, well, you lot are a worldly crew, but, well, it's just too dangerous. I couldn't
promise
put me
you.
in that much danger.
You let us worry about that.
Well, I know a place where I'm ashamed to say it, but I've followed her to one of the cult's rituals. Once
Cult?
upon
She joined a
an
cult.
eve. Ah, yeah, I thought we were speaking in code.
Oh,
this whole
Jesus
time.
Christ.
You know what's going on?
I thought she found a
Oh.
lover or something. Holy fuck! No, we can't help
no.
you, man.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'd be fine with a boyfriend
No,
or a
you-
girlfriend or even a
Should I
red
call
cap.
guard now?
Red cap.
Sorry, dude.
Even a red cap.
But no, a cult's much more dangerous.
Okay, sure.
Well, you see, I could probably point you to where they perform their rituals on the cliff side.
Aye. There's lots of
That would
cliffs.
be
Yeah,
most
we
helpful.
would need some direction for sure. That would be much appreciated, though. What does she look
But you
like?
understand?
Will we be able to spot her easily? Does she look anything like you?
Yeah, she's not a yub nub, is she? Because I hear they really like cliffsides too.
No. She's a leprechaun, just the same as I.
You're a leprechaun.
if-
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
If we're lucky, she's still wearing the shamrock hat I gave her for her 90th birthday.
Oh, she's an
Wait a minute, what?
older niece. How old are you, Marcus? Are you allowed to ask that? Is that
uh,
appropriate?
It's not polite to ask a leprechaun's age.
Sure.
But I'm old enough to have met Desna twice, if you know what I mean.
I don't. I believe you.
I don't.
I'm sure glad we didn't slit this guy's throat when we got here.
Yeah, when he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Then you could have taken everything that's in my pockets.
Ah. It's just gold.
Yeah, knowing
Mm,
Faye would
Lucky
have been
Charms.
chocolate.
The names, just a bag full of names. Hi, well, when would you be able to? I guess. What time of day are we thinking it is? Like, is this let's do this now type of thing, or should we take a night's rest? I'm all full on everything. I don't think that we've done anything
we're
this
good to go.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. When you snuck up on them before, what time of day were they doing these rituals? Would now be an all right time to go, or do we need to hang around here, have a couple pints before we head out?
It's not like we have to wait for it to get dark.
If you're hoping to catch the cult at their worst, I'd probably say wait until the darkest part of the night.
Sure, when they turn the lanterns down real low.
Yes.
Turn the lights down low.
Maybe lock the doors and turn the lanterns off. Doesn't have a good ring to it.
Yep. Beautiful.
That was a good effort, buddy.
Well, I will follow you if that's all right by you.
Well, I was just going to point out where you needed to go.
Well,
I
sure,
don't think
sure. I assume you're gonna do
need
that
to go
from the
there
inside.
myself.
I mean, we have a map here. You
Sure.
just
Oh, how convenient! It's a map of this small location, and I could just point you towards some place
Yeah, just
called
put the quest marker
Ritual
on.
Cave.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and point you towards Ritual Cave if you don't mind.
that'll
me
work.
saying.
Appreciate it. Hey, everyone, make sure that you select the quest Ritual Cave. That way, it's your primary marker here.
That'll change your indicator to red, so you know you're going in the right direction.
Actually, I got
If it's an
colorblind mode on.
NPC
It's actually red for me.
I was gonna say, if it's an NPC you got to talk to, maybe we'll do green. But for the most part, it's just important that it's there.
I agree. Do you delve into game
Well-
design much? No, I'm just kidding.
I do. I spent a lot of time talking to my good friend.
The cuttlefish.
Let's see. Yes, my good friend, the cuttlefish. No, Scott D. Young. He's
Oh, Scott.
he's
He's
the
a hell of a
adventure
writer.
designer that I admire. Yes, he's told me everything I've ever said.
Oh, you bought it all.
Honestly. Yep.
Yep.
Well, anyways, it
I
was nice
appreciate the
talking
quest.
to you all.
Yeah, appreciate the quest marker.
I'm very emotionally exhausted, so I'll probably
Good
just
stories.
drink
keep drinking.
myself into oblivion.
Sure.
Also,
Oblivion.
Yakazak comes back in about 10 minutes, so it's just
Hey,
up
thank
to
you. Good luck with that.
Thanks for the heads up.
Guys, go. Elnat, get Silverflinch. He's not already here.
He's been here the whole time.
No custom heals or channel. Force channel. I know, we know. Next time, Nicholas. Next time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else that you guys want to take care of
All right.
before going to confront this cult?
I don't think so.
Cult time.
Yeah, is everyone good
Do we
on
have any other
gear?
open quests?
I don't think so. We got the
Yeah, exactly.
Elnat. We did get the guy's name back for him. We
Oh, we did?
bargained.
Cool.
We bargained more with the God, what race was that guy?
Oh, yeah, we
Can't
did
remember
do
his
that.
name.
The satyr?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
satyr.
we did a whole thing with them. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a whole. We broke down a deal that he had and did that, and then from there, that's when we went back to the queen and stuff. So, I think that
Gotcha.
was. I mean, yeah, we do have another side quest with Yakazak, but it's to get him into the cult, which we're about to go learn more about the cult. So, if we
Mhm.
did want to do that again, actually, we're about to try to go infiltrate the cult and destroy the cult. So I feel like that's a
Yeah, pretty null and void.
yeah that quest might become an auto fail.
Well, or yeah, because that could just start his own quest or his own cult.
That's true. We could just help. That's our new quest. After we're done dismantling this cult, we help Yakazak restart it by the same
We give him-
name, but not dangerous at all because it's run by Yakazak.
We help
No
him with the
need
paperwork
to
to make it
snack.
official.
Cool. All right.
Sounds good. Yeah, I don't think I have anything additional that I would want to do. So.
I mean, we got some good information from that guy. So,
hmm
I feel like we don't really need to address anyone else
Yeah.
that I can think of.
Would it be crazy if all of the next book was just us going to help find this guy's ex-lover that's a god?
Is that the dude's niece?
No, the niece isn't a god.
She's not
Yeah.
the god?
He-
She's the one
No.
that was swallowed. Oh, that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, swallowed. Uh huh.
The story sounded similar to the one
Uh-huh.
from the Wolverine with Koi Kawatsu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was telling.
Good.
I said, give me a Wolverine type story. No, actually,
Logan
All I
goes,
did was read from the
Cuckoo
book.
Kachu got screwed.
Cuckoo Kachu got screwed.
It's the only good part of that movie. Actually, that's not true. It's kind of true.
He says, before you go, can all of you see in the darkness?
Mm-hmm.
All of us that need to.
Not all of us.
I think
But Wong.
I think everyone but Huang, right? But we've kind of come up with ways around that. Like we've got Josh can cast light on something, right? And that
Yeah, we just basically say I'm always casting light on something.
Okay. I see. Well, I was just going to give you this old set of goggles that I have. And he pulls out the set of obsidian goggles that allow you to see in dark give yourself dark vision for an hour.
Huang, you know what you need?
Oh.
You need a nice pair of goggles. Well, we appreciate that, Fergus. and I put
Sure
them on.
thing. You did the whole riddle thing and all that shit, so I figured, what the hell?
Like that.
There's no other pot of gold at the end of this rainbow.
It's okay if you make that joke.
Of course it is. All right.
Yeah, what's the name of that item, Sarah? If you want to add that to your gear,
They're called obsidian goggles.
obsidian goggles. I will. look for them
Obsidian
too.
goggles. What size are they?
They're
Yes.
just normal.
I was asked if I could put them on bow.
You can probably see in the dark already. Can't you?
Obsidian goggles.
He definitely
I
can.
assume
Look at
not
it looks so cute with
obsidian,
them.
not obsidian goggles greater, right?
Why can I
just
not
regular.
put a custom item in? So annoying.
No, you don't need to put a custom item. They're actual items.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, if you go to add gear and then
Where?
all, and then just search the word obsidian. Should be the top item.
Oh, this list is so long.
If you click the filter button on the top right, once you're in the add gear, that pulls up a search menu, and then you can type into it.
I'm not seeing obsidian goggles on here.
You're in your gear tab first, right?
Yes.
And then add gear, and then at the top you see
Mhm.
gear, consumable, magic items, all, and custom.
Yep.
So you're in all, go to all,
Yep.
and then click the filter icon top right. Yeah,
Yep.
and then
Not seeing it.
you type in obsidian.
There's-
What do you?
Crystal ball, ring of observation, tattletale orb, and wondrous figurine.
After you type in the word goggles,
No, I tried obsidian.
I did
but-
obsidian, and it's the top one. There's a bunch of goggles, but you could try goggles too. It's a level 5 item. About halfway down the list.
I mean, there's plenty
halfway.
of goggles. None of them say obsidian on them. Goggles of night? I don't know if that would be.
I wonder if it's because you have. Yeah. That's what it is. Goggles of Night. You still have it set to the old version. It's
Oh,
just
blinds.
Master.
And then
Oh,
give?
Yeah, just give it to yourself.
Okay, great.
Okay. So,
Interesting. Okay,
you
cool.
guys head out. Wait till it's late at night, and then head towards this this cave outside of town.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
so.
That doesn't sound sketchy.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm going to
so
be
the
walking
cave-
around with the spear out, by the way, just to say,
Sure.
not the
You're
rifle.
just
Yep.
gonna fight the cults, not infiltrate it.
I just want to be ready.
Sure. No, all right. So the cave is one that you guys passed by on the way to the town, but it's sort of kind of dead ended, so it wasn't worth investigating more. There's a knot of descending tunnels that eventually intersect and open up into a larger space where there are pools, stalagmites, and crevasses. And at the far end, the water runoff drains into an underground lake. Basically, the minerals have accumulated and created a sort of natural stage with like slick terraces that mimic stairs up either side. And when you get there, there is a gathering crowd of individuals. And I will actually, I need to grab you guys from somewhere. Let's see, where is everybody?
I'm still at the tavern.
You haven't fast traveled yet.
Show- Quite yet. All right. Okay, this is going to be a tight fit, but okay.
Oh, loading.
We'll have to switch this music up to something a little more ominous,
Oh
probably.
my god. It's not horrifying.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, I see someone too.
Maybe not this
So
one.
are we up on this ledge and everything, and everyone is down in the inside of the like bowl pit
Yep.
area?
They're in the kill zone.
Yeah.
We're gonna
The kill
surround
zone.
them.
Target rich environment.
Yeah, no shit.
This is spooky.
This is kind of, yeah, I don't know if I love this or not.
You stay
Hiding
quiet,
behind a
everyone.
big grate.
Everyone
It's like
stay
a
quiet.
Sarlacc
those
pit
are
down there.
squares and squares of cultists. Okay. And
Hey.
Viviv.
Yes.
Oh, even more fun.
Hey.
Okay. So yeah, obviously the Queen's idea was to have you guys kind of more or less infiltrate this group of people here. I don't remember you saying that you prepared a bunch of disguises. So what's the plan here to fit in with all of these cultists?
To be
Where's
completely honest,
when you need him?
I had planned on getting recruited.
Yeah.
I wasn't
they might
going to
just
try
sell us.
to infiltrate. I wanted to be like,
Sure.
Start from where we're actually.
let's
are.
go.
Yeah.
Huge cave worm fan here. Let me
We're
in.
powerful. We can
Yeah.
test. We can be tested.
Yeah.
We're prime, like fodder for them.
So I don't know if this is the best place to go to get recruited, I guess. But
Didn't know how else to get to them.
yeah. Like if there is there a path down that we
I
see?
think you guys, you're on top of it. Is all. Move that out of
Oh,
the way.
down here.
Like
Down in here.
oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So why don't you maybe everybody can kind of tell me what their character would do, to kind of you assume that maybe not everybody here is wearing a red robe and flailing a torch around. There are people that seem like they're newer people, and then there are definitely like cultists that have been to a few of these gatherings before. They're just
Is there like a sign-up desk? Like we can go like put our name down and like
no sign-up desk.
A wait
I
list?
think,
Our name tag.
I think
Single.
Elnat would probably try and hang around the people that are not in the robes.
What?
Like go towards them and kind of be like, act like he's there with them, or not necessarily with them, but like possibly a potential recruit type thing.
I would say even before that, we should probably discuss, do we all want to go down? Do we all need to infiltrate? So some of us stay
not all of us to
yeah,
go down.
I kind of agree. Yeah. Like some of us should stay and like up on this ridge and kind of keep an eye on things and see how things go and ready to. How far down would you say this is, Brennan? Like I imagine this is all a pretty massive scale and we're not to scale right now. Like that's right, or am I wrong?
I don't
Oh,
think-
really? Okay. I feel like this mountain's like hundreds of feet deep and like super long and stuff. No, okay. This is like
I think we
a
should
tiny
go
area.
in deceptively. I think if some of us stayed back, that would seem suspicious.
Yeah.
Well,
a
yeah,
large
okay.
group. Yeah.
If in the case that it is to scale, then yeah, we probably can't stay sneaking here. I was kind of thinking that like some of us could like crawl up on this ledge and like lay down on our bellies and like be watching this, and we're like super high up and they wouldn't see us type of thing. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if
I
this
think-
is good.
Just to kind of give a little bit of heads up on what Elnat is thinking, is that because this is something that he would say like as we're traveling, that he became fascinated with cave worms after the interaction we had with the cave worm on our in our previous trek.
Yeah.
Use that little bit of truth to make it more convincing.
Where's the ledge that we're trying to crawl on?
Well, I don't think we can. I was saying that was my original idea, is just to like stay up here, stay sneaky type of thing. Some of us are just like along any of these ledges.
Yeah.
But I don't know how realistic that is if it's
I mean, it's about 15 feet down.
okay.
So you imagine, you've got bleachers. You're at the top of the bleachers, and these guys are all standing on the football field.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think I could do my painting spell and like just put it on that wall and like take the painting down to like have eyes down there and see?
Well,
If you wanted to hang back, because like we said, we don't want to be in a big group.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to hang back and use that to keep eyes on us, that might not be a bad idea. I don't know
Yeah.
if Brendan would allow it.
How far does the painting spell go?
100 feet, if I remember right.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, you could be a ways away.
Range
and
of
then, like,
scouts can move along the wall, increasing to 500 feet.
500. Cool.
You could definitely be. You could be a little bit outside of the map here and just kind of checking out what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a perception check then?
Yes, I do.
What kind of cave paint? What do you draw?
Cave
Just a worm.
the cave worm
Yeah.
painting from the first Dune movie.
Yeah, honestly, it's got two little riders on it.
Hey,
Not bad self. 32
Okay.
perception.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you get down there and you can kind of does that give you the ability to see and hear everything that's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get down there and there's obviously the crowd is kind of gathering there. People are kind of meeting each other, and there's like a couple of guys just like, okay, so what's the deal? I thought we were getting a ritual tonight. And like, I don't know, man. They started the ritual, it screwed up. Now they got to start over from the beginning. And they're just kind of like complaining. They're like, man, the punch last time was much better. And they're just kind of talking.
Morale's low.
Yeah, morale's low. But it sounds like they're getting ready for a second run at this ritual.
Okay. Walker will walk down.
Okay.
I would say maybe as we're walking down, maybe we stagger a little bit. We go, hey, if things go south, let's meet back here. If things go south, meet back here. Yeah.
Yeah, if things go south, run.
Yeah. Meet back at the tavern if things go very south. But if we can come back here to reconvene, I think that makes sense. And then like a walking down the aisle, like you wait a certain amount of time before the next person walks down. I think maybe that's how we walk down the steps. And now.
All right, so what does Walkroon do when he meets the crowd here?
I think he tries to go to like one of those groups, like if there's like a group of like 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 other people kind of hanging out, he kind of goes and just tries to subtly insert himself into conversation. I feel like with a high diplomacy and esoteric lore, he's like Walkroon maybe kind of excels at inserting himself into a wide variety of conversations and has some level of knowledge about what's going on. So I think that's the move.
What check do you want to make?
I'll do an esoteric lore check. I think that covers a range of whatever people would be talking about. So I will make that. Actually, do we think if they're talking about like a creature or haunt or something, it would be a 13, but if it's not that, it'd be an 11. So I'll just tell you I'll tell you the 2 numbers it could be. Natural 20. So I don't think it particularly matters. So it's either going to be a 33 or a 31.
So you kind of like do a quick scan, see the ritual that they've got set up. The crowd is basically saying like, it's like trying to figure out the purpose for the ritual, like get a vibe of what's going on, like what are we all here for kind of thing. And you get the idea that the ritual that they're setting up for is to contact and summon a worm to the court of Ether. They want to bring forth the vernal worm from the fires of hell and bring it to the court of Ether. And
my stomach drops.
Yeah, I was gonna say the leading theory amongst the lackeys that are gathered here is that the worm will come, destroy the queen, and they will rise up and seize the city for their own.
Okay. Yeah, the second that like he's sitting here having this conversation, and the second that it clicks, his like stomach drops and his eyesight, like starts to close in, like he's about to faint, and just like barely is able to like stand up and like be a part of the conversation. Um. So yeah, if I have to end up doing other checks
But
for whatever
I think
reason,
with
I might.
that high of a check, I think you can already see parts of the ritual circle that are like not quite
Wrong.
drawn to scale. And like you think that with a little bit of nudging, like if you involve yourself in the ritual process, you could probably set it up so that it is not successful.
Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fix it.
Okay.
In
You're
fact,
not gonna fix
I
it. You're
I'm
not
not.
gonna make it not happen.
I want it to not happen. I do not want this worm coming. So in fact,
So
if I know how to if I knew how to fix the ritual, I'm going to watch to make sure that nobody does, and like be ready to go, kick out a line or something if someone fixes one part. Like I want to continue to make sure that this doesn't happen.
All right,
This
so
time
Um,
your
Kroon
fears
is
are in line with our goal.
Yeah, if any, I'm gonna keep saying in my head too, like what the steps are that they need to do to fix it, and like that we shouldn't fix it. I'm just gonna keep repeating that in my head just in case Karu decides to do any sort of mind reading to the rest of us. Like, I feel like maybe we didn't establish that beforehand, but that maybe Walkroon has used that trick before and just repeated the same thing, the same mantra in his head over and over in hopes that maybe, Karu is testing the boundaries of people and like could hear what I'm saying. So in a non-meta way.
Kroon is inserted himself into the situation here. Who wants to come next?
I think Elnat would go down next. Elnat is gonna have Silver Forge probably hang back with Huang just because he's probably going to attract more attention than we would really want.
Yeah, I think both Silverforge and Bao probably need to hang back with.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Having a little bit of trouble controlling on that. That might just be user error. There we go.
There you go.
And yeah, like I said, he'll be kind of hanging around kind of the newer looking people. And if anyone asks, yeah, he's gonna be, yeah, I saw a cave worm on some travels, and it's just
I saw a mud crab
so
today.
so fascinated by them that I just had to come.
All right. What do you want to roll with that?
That's a good question.
Intimidation?
What's that?
Intimidation?
Diplomacy?
Try
No,
to,
I
like-
don't think I necessarily want to be intimidating. More, I'd like to go diplomacy, but I could also potentially do like occultism or anything like that.
Okay.
We are at a
I'm
cult
gonna go
gathering.
diplomacy. Yeah. 15 plus 10, 25.
Okay, 25. So I think if you sort of lead with the idea that you've seen a cave worm, like you've seen one of these worms, I think
Mhm.
they're just gonna. I think your depiction of it is real
Mhm.
enough that they're just like, this guy's seen a cave worm, and they push you to the front. They're like,
Oh,
they're like,
God.
help with the ritual, help with the ritual, get out there. And so they kind of like gradually like kind of crowd surf Elnat to the front and like throw you out there where there's like, I think Via Vive's out here, but also I think there's probably a few more cultists that are just like also helping out with the ritual here that are just like starting the ritual. So they expect you to kind of like join in with what's going on.
If I see
Oh.
you, I lock eyes with you and then look away.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'll try to clock. I'll try to clock like where Walkroon is, and then like as time goes on, I'll try and keep looking
Eyes on
around to
everyone.
clock where everyone else is. I want to try and keep somewhat of an eye on where my allies are.
Sure. All right. Who else is going in here, and who else is staying outside hidden?
I think
I'll-
Orpheus would probably go. Go ahead. I can talk after you because I have to figure something out.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll go in, and yeah, I do want to connect with I guess Wakroon first through message so that we can communicate through this crowd. And I also know that he has a bit of experience with
Sure.
esoteric.
Maybe if you
So-
see me, you see that like it looks like I'm part of the group already.
he's
Like
just
I'm
kinda-
already in
yeah.
the cult.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just like the
Uh,
triangle, the left triangle. It's supposed to be a square. Don't let them change
Right.
it.
Okay, and I'll convey that to Elnat, and I'll just kind of be going through, more or less just trying to keep people connected and making sure we're all on the same page.
Okay. Okay. You're playing a little bit of
Yeah.
defense here.
Yeah, man in the chair.
That's right. I think that when a doll walks out of the cave and joins this cult group, I think there's a couple of dudes that have been hitting the
Shit their
flay leaf really
pants.
hard that are just like, holy shit, man, are you seeing what I'm seeing? And they're just like watch, and they're just like, that doll is walking and talking, man. Like, just like, they're just
Oh.
like,
Okay, real quick,
freaking
I
out.
would love to just walk up to one of them and put my arms up, like to pick me up, and then if they
Daddy.
do,
Puppies.
when they do,
Daddy.
I'll do joint pass as soon as they touch me, so they get visions of the worm.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's amazing.
Bottle
These
cap.
guys are just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, holy shit, man! He's seen the worm.
You just
this
stared at
guy's read the worm.
It's
And
just
like,
your
it's-
face.
yeah, so-
Can Karu like turn to the person next to him and just say, "Don't do drugs"?
yeah, exactly.
Or do
But
drugs.
no,
Or
No,
Yeah,
I'm hyping they're passing me around like I'm on the wave, like I'm crowd surfing, and they're all just tripping on my worm experience.
that's right. Everyone's experiencing it for the first time.
It's that.
All right. Well, you guys
yeah.
have more or less won over this crowd here.
Become
So
their gods.
I mean, there's some like the only other thing that's going on is the ritual itself. So obviously you could be attempting some checks to try and kind of find out what's going on, or try to see if you notice anything in particular about it. But we still got Angoric and Orpheus to go. So you guys let me know how you want to interact with this, or if you don't.
I think that Angoric would not move down. He'd like to stay up above to watch the happenings and goings ons. But he will try to discern what exactly they're trying to get done from
Okay.
above, and by rolling a religion check if able to
Sure.
see. This seems to be a religious ritual in nature. And he rolled 21.
Okay. Okay, so you start paying attention to the ritual itself, and you do see Via Vive holding this map, and there's like a trail of red, like almost like fire, like across the top of the map, and it's like she's like attuning it with the ritual. She's using it as part of what's going on here.
Good. Love to see that.
All right, so Angoric is kind of staying out of the way. I thought the other option was you get a billy club out and just run down in there, and you're just like, break it up. What are you kids doing? Yes.
Yeah, I think that would go really well. That's,
light of the
that's
goddess.
fallback plan.
Okay.
I think the three of us
Alright.
inside the cult would have to fight back.
Yeah.
You sure did,
Sorry,
yeah.
Angoric. We want to blow our cover now.
I'm not
Alright,
gonna lie.
Orpheus?
This cult's kind of like what they got going on. I might just stick around.
What are you thinking?
I'd like to try to stealth down there because I feel like my allies have,
Right.
although like they've,
Ally.
ally, although they have won over the crowd, I feel like we are sort of making it obvious we are outsiders.
Oh, for sure.
So I think I just want to stealth down there, and I think Orpheus, like being kind of like dark and moody, would fit in.
Sounds good.
And that's my that's my goal, is to just be like boots on the
Moody.
ground, but try to be and moody boots on the ground. That's my goal. Ready to observe and assist if things go awry, which they appear to be already doing because Elnat is starting to help with the summoning. So first, that was not a good roll.
Holiday roll.
That's like a 15.
Okay. So I think you kind of sneak down there. Maybe some people like notice you, like kind of staying away from the main parts of the crowd, but nothing bad comes of it. But you're at least you're down in there. Okay. So I'm gonna say that at this point, Via Vive is gonna like call for everyone's attention. And she and a few other cult leaders are going to stand up and say, at this point, we're going to restart the ritual. We're going to need, and they're like giving people directions about like when to chant and like what to say basically. And like she got the map kind of like laid out in front of everyone.
Ladies.
Somebody in the back. I took that a different direction. That goes, and with your spirit.
Yep. And also with you.
Yeah.
And then everybody shakes hands.
Yeah.
And she says, Pink Pony Club, I'ma keep on dancing. Pink Pony Club.
If we're kind of like separated in little groups, if my group with my role like really trusts me as a leader now, I kind of whisper wrong directions to them. Like, I know that this isn't the first time that you've gone about it, but the reason that this isn't working is because you got this line here when it should be actually over here. Like, but purposefully giving bad directions.
Sure. Okay. So what check you want to make for that?
Another esoteric lore. Well, I guess
Occultism?
I already know what to do, so I think maybe diplomacy to get these people.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Follow you.
Yeah. Get them to follow me. Get them to believe me. Let's roll. Actually, we're gonna roll.
You're the guy that is purposefully clapping off beat, and then everyone else around you is just
you are wrong.
I just can't get it. I can't get it.
I'm gonna roll the boulder for this one, so I'm gonna roll it on the ground because it's hard to roll it anywhere else.
The boulder.
You guys are clapping at 5 beats per
Still
minute.
went into the carpet.
We need to be at 20 beats per minute.
Oh my fucking god! Natural one on the
That
boulder. It's just there.
So you accidentally like help them get more attuned with what's
Sick.
going on.
Oh, no. Yeah. Cool.
You start clapping off.
It's still a 15.
And then they all rush. Rush to help you. What about anybody else? Anybody else want to do something? Elnat, they're kind of pushing you to the front and encouraging you to go get in the middle of everything.
I'm gonna say diplomacy to try and tell them I'm new here. I really don't know what I'm doing, to try and get back in, not necessarily, towards the back, but not directly in the front.
General crowd again.
Yeah, that was a long roll. 17 diplomacy.
All right, so I think they're going to be kind of disappointed, but if you want to rejoin the crowd, you can kind of filter your way back in there.
Still gonna try and be like, I want to help, but I'm new here. I'm just here to help.
All right. What about everybody else? Anybody else want to try and influence what's going on here?
Yeah, I just want to distract them, really. I want to be, like, filling their heads with the worm, but just specifically the worm itself. And
filling their heads with the worm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god,
Maybe distract them so much that they forget about other stuff.
Yeah, the small details kind of fall by the wayside when they're just so focused on this giant, veiny worm.
Oh, I'm going to go make some healthcare policy.
We're Florida.
For the whole United States.
Keep the
what kind of worm? Karu?
It's veiny. You remember the haunt?
Mob Deep.
See it in my dreams.
All right. So what does that look like? What check you trying to make?
Like a society, try and
Sure.
steer their minds.
Sure.
Ooh, I like that.
Trying to draw the attention away from this ritual and straight to the worm.
My mind's pretty steered right now, too, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Sure.
I'm gonna use a hero point
Sure.
on that.
Ooh, hero point. How many do you have?
I have 3 actually.
I was gonna say I think
Nice.
3 normal
Everybody-
ones and then the extra.
everybody that
something
turned
like
in backstory stuff has 3.
I used one, so I have
You
2.
said that's the max. So
Okay, that's way better. That's a 30.
Nice.
Nice.
30 is pretty good. All right. So I think I think maybe you noticed that like the lights were like flaring up a little bit, and like like the ritual circle was glowing, and then maybe it's like dimmed down a little bit as you're getting passed around, and more people are turning towards you and away from the ritual
Oh, he's
circle.
getting passed around. Oh, poor Conrad.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
I'm crowd surfing.
It's the I never saw the movie, but the movie where you grab they grab the hand and like talk to demons and stuff. I get it on my TikTok. That's what I'm imagining. It's called Talk to Me, Speak to Me, something like that. We saw it in trailers a lot.
idea.
It's just like a white hand that people grab and then like
I don't know. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Looking to jump in somewhere? And Gork gonna run down the stairs. You shall not pass.
No. I think I'm just observing. I'm paying special attention to Wokrun just because I know that he tends to get himself in trouble, but I'm
Okay.
not doing
Sure.
anything as of yet.
Okay. Why don't you make a perception check then?
I would
Yeah,
like
why
to
don't
make
ya?
a perception check. Yeah, why don't I?
why don't you do
That
something?
is a 31.
31's good. I'm gonna say that you're watching. You're looking down in this crowd, and then maybe every once in a while you kind of glance around just to make sure no one's sneaking up on you, and you're gonna notice that like way back on the path, you see some red caps, kind of like hidden, and like for a moment, it's like somebody's like poked their head out, and then they like duck back down, but like the cap is too tall, so like they didn't get away before you turned to look at them, and you suspect that maybe the queen sent some agents after
Queen.
you guys to make sure that you completed the mission.
Bastards.
Oh boy, and they're gonna mess it all up, aren't they?
It's the guys
So,
from Fast and Furious.
You have that information. Nobody else does yet, but we still have Huang and Orpheus if they want to do something.
I honestly think I'm just observing still.
Am I allowed to do anything as a painting?
I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, I think you're like the painting is perception checks and probably not a whole lot else. But like, what were you thinking? I mean,
Well,
you're
so-
observing, so if you want to make a check based on some of your knowledge about what's going on, you can do that.
Yeah. It says I can roll a nature instead of my usual stealth, which is higher. I guess I have to do that if I'm gonna move it, but I'm probably pretty good where I'm at too.
I think if you made it look like graffiti of a cave worm, I think it probably just fits in with this area.
Yeah.
I think there's probably lots of people who have done the same thing.
I write heartworms just like on the wall over and over again.
You what?
Heartworms. Take pills for that, I think.
Exactly.
Also cure COVID.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm rolling perception just to like stay there and stay hidden, I rolled a 21, so.
Okay. So yeah, so you're kind of observing what's going on and seeing the ritual kind of progress. Okay.
Val and Silverforge are doing 2-person stretches, just preparing, getting warmed up, just in case.
Gotta warm up those hammies.
Yeah.
Electronic hammies. Mechanical
Alright,
hammies.
So you guys are gonna be kind of watching this ritual. Again, the ritual is kind of like progressing further, and they're kind of like coming to a crescendo here. And then
Walkman's
they're
about to shit
expecting-
himself.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're expecting, and they like there's like smoke erupts from like the torches that are there, and like filters into the air, and they kind of like look around, and no worm appears.
They did it
And that's
wrong.
when that's when Angoric hears a bunch of boots and stuff behind him, and the Red Caps are like, "We got what we need. Go in, go in, go in!" And they start like there's like Red Caps with like Bloodseekers, like on Bloodseekers, or like start flying above,
It's
and
a
they're just
sting
like
operation.
exactly,
Oh my
they're just
God.
like there's like individuals, the cult of the cave worm. You are under arrest by the orders of Queen Frilajarma. And then Via Vive says, "We've been betrayed. Anyone that looks like an outsider, kill them now."
Oh my gosh.
Oop.
And we just
And we're
point.
gonna roll for initiative.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say, point at the red caps and just scream, "Kill them! Kill them all!"
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
terrible roll.
Yeah, same.
I'm pulling out my rifle and shooting the red caps. Oh my God! Natural 20.
Yeah, it's like the
GCP
beginning of Skyrim where we need to choose our faction. Who are we
GCP
gonna follow?
logo on the GCP die.
You know, it really kind of is. That's a great analogy.
I know. I haven't seen that forever, and now it's just restuck into my head as if I'm watching it every day.
All right, let me make sure.
Music.
Yeah, we'll have to get a little more combat oriented maybe here in a second.
I got you. I got you. It's the one everyone likes. Quirky combat.
That's the one you like.
I'm kidding. I'm not doing it, and I do
was gonna say.
like it.
I got it.
I mean, if you have one, I was just trying to
Oh, you're good.
help you do things.
Okay. So we got initiative for Angoric. Silver Forge with Elnat. Bow with Kwong.
Okay.
Do the red caps have pistols and riot shields? Batons?
Yeah, do they have... Oh.
They have
Patrick's
rear-mounted machine guns on their giant mosquitoes. Just doing flybys into the crowd. Just.
Okay, I'm gonna say that about half of the crowd here. Let's see.
Yeah, this is fun. Just treating
Yeah, I
this as
should've looked-
swarms of people. I'm very curious how you did this image too. This image is cool. Like, could you just is like just a function in map tools to break it up into grids like this?
Nope.
Or did you?
All right, so I'm gonna say a portion of this crowd breaks off to fight the red caps that are kind of rushing in from over here. So they're gonna be over here fighting the red caps. But some of the crowd sticks around and they start kind of looking at you all as outsiders.
Huh, that's unfortunate. I was really just going to blend in and sort of shooting at the red caps.
Fair. I understand that is what you wanted. All right. You guys did well in initiative, not nearly as well as these other groups did.
That's crazy. I rolled a natural 20.
I got an 18 and a 19.
I was gonna say maybe I shouldn't have used perception. I should have used my diplomacy or esoteric lore. But that's all right.
Okay. Well, let's see. I did not think about what she would be wanting to do here. Ah, that's good.
Does she seem to be like
Via
some
Vive-
sort of like leader or something? Just like hanging out here
Yeah.
at the front? Okay.
Yeah.
So she's like
So
really.
she's going to sprinkle some dust over herself and utter some magic words and vanish from sight.
Cool.
Sounds fun.
And then it's going to be the cultist's turn. All right. So they are kind of the way that they're already positioned. I think they have to stay as a contiguous group. So basically, the only thing they can do is attack. Yeah, so everybody that is within the Colts area or next to it, so it's everybody down below, Orpheus, Karu, and Walkroon, and Elnat, I need reflex saves from you all, basic reflex saves.
Oh, how they turn on you. 1 second, we're gods.
Nat 20 for a total of 28.
27.
26.
28 is a success, 27 is a success, 26 is a success.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Orpheus.
Oh, he's got this.
Orpheus is outside of the crowd, right?
He's next to it, though.
Next to it, yeah.
Dexterous as fuck.
Did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you.
18.
18? Okay, 18 is just a regular failure. So Orpheus is going to take full damage, and everybody else is going to take half damage. This is 21 points of slashing damage. As the Colts, there's pixies, pull out tiny swords, redcaps pull out scythes, other creatures scratch and claw, and it looks like they're hurting themselves in addition to hurting you all.
So if we pass, we take half of 21, or it's 21?
Yep.
What is
10?
half? Okay.
Or is it 11? I don't remember which way that
10.
rounds. 10? Okay.
10.
42.
Yeah, it's not 42.
Not 42.
No.
That would be bad.
And the group deals 2 points of damage to itself as it's attacking all of you, and that's its turn, and it will be Walkroon's turn now.
Okay. Oh, I guess this is what we're doing. All right. So we can't see the red caps. Like, there's no talking to these people at this point.
Nope.
Okay. All right. In that case, hey, you fucking idiots! I'm one of you. And he is going to say, "But you leave me no choice." And he's going to, like, you see his medallion on his chest glow just a little bit, and like almost seemingly out of nowhere, he pulls out like a string of metal out of the necklace, and it's a piece of copper filament, and he's going to, like, electricity is going to start flowing across the filament, and he's going to whip it out into the crowd, and he's going to cast Live Wire as the first time you guys have seen him truly cast a spell.
Nice.
And that is, let's see. It's a spell attack. It targets one. It says it just targets one creature. I thought for some reason it could jump, but maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, is this like swarm rules? How are these blocks?
Yeah, so you can attack any of them as if they were a creature. But
Any of
obviously if you have
cubes,
Yeah.
or like the whole row.
Yeah, they have health as one unit. It is a troop of guys, but
Like this
you fight
whole
them
area
normally.
is one unit? Okay, so this whole 3x4 is one unit. Okay, so we don't even have to specify which unit we're attacking at. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do a spell attack roll. Come on, please give me something. Okay, I think that was probably going to be good. 25 to hit.
25 is a hit.
Okay. Just a normal hit. Okay, so you're going to take full damage, which is going to be, let's see. Let me grab 2 of these. Actually, it's... Okay. Sorry, it's just there. It's weird. So they are going to take 7 points of slashing damage and 6 points of electricity damage as this filament of copper both cuts them and electrocutes them as he slices it through the air. 2d4 slashing damage and 2d4 electricity damage.
So you're just like, whipping out in the crowd and just blowing some of these people away. Some red caps
And
fly, some fairies explode.
That's 2 actions.
Okay.
So with my third action, he is going to do his other spell that I think we maybe did once and definitely teased in my story. So he whips that out, and then people are still kind of around him, and you just see him put his arm up like he's lifting a shield, but you don't see his shields. And then like the air in front of him kind of glimmers as if made of glass. And he is going to cast glass shield.
Such a spellcaster now.
Just spellcaster. Huh?
Yeah, so this
Elmat,
counts
you just do
as
it.
using the raise a shield action. So that's a circumstance bonus to my AC. Yeah, okay, cool.
Is Wokrun gonna be our secondary healer now?
I've always kind of been the tertiary healer with the chalice, to be fair.
Question: since Silverforge is a bit away, if I want him to join us down here, I would still need to give one of my actions to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured. I just wanted to double check before I assumed. So yeah, one action to get Silverforge down here, and he's gonna take. However, if it takes 2 actions to get into the thick of it, then that's gonna be his turn.
Silverforge's movement?
50.
Okay. Well, that's probably enough to get down here.
Okay. Okay. Well, then if he can get down
That's how
there,
a
then
Velociraptor comes rushing out jumps into the crowd.
It's
People go
terrifying.
scatter in all directions. Yeah.
hell yeah. Then he's gonna make an attack with his jaws. He's gonna start biting people.
Okay.
28 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit.
That's 1d8. Not great. 4 piercing.
4. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Gah! So you get one of the red caps, and he goes, "No, no!"
You're going after the red caps, not the cultists?
No, I mean, he's attacking the cult.
Oh, okay,
There are red caps and fairies and other creatures that
okay.
are scattered
in the
throughout
crowd as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Elnat, he's gonna yell, "You sons of bitches! I was here to help!" And he's gonna go into a rage for
Ooh.
another action.
Your xenophobia enrages me.
Exactly. I fucking hate bigots.
Yeah, go get him.
Go get him.
And then he's gonna take a swing with his warhammer. 22 to hit. Okay, 2d8. 7, 5, 2. And I still not quite. I can't quite remember how much rage adds. I think it's a +2, but I'm double checking that. Yes,
Plus
2. To my damage. So 12, 3, 5, 17 bludgeoning.
17 is a big hit. Alrighty.
That'll be Elnat's turn.
All right, so you're just wading into the crowd, swinging away. It will be Karu's turn next. It looks like.
Sweet. And Karu would like to continue to fuck with these guys' minds and try and
Really?
pull the worm out of the ritualistic sphere down south, casting phantasmal treasure.
Ooh. That
Yeah,
sounds
try and get
fun.
them- try to get them to see it come out.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy that an occult class works so well in a cult setting.
Right. Yeah, technically it's just like their most desired thing or whatever, but I imagine at this point it's probably the worm.
Yeah.
All right, so you're trying to make a treasure appear somewhere down here, somewhere.
Yeah,
where,
like
where
60.
were you thinking?
It's got to be like 60 feet away. So like just like right wherever the ritual was. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's 60 feet technically. Yeah, I could get it. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
you're trying to draw their attention away. So is that will saves on everyone's
that's a will
parts?
save. Yeah.
Are we able to tell that it's fake?
I'm not even sure that you guys see it at all. I think I see a vague shape of the treasure.
Gotcha.
But other than that, no, I don't think you guys see it.
Gotcha.
Okay, I got a
I'm
25
just worried
and a
about
21.
Wakroon peeing his pants.
What'd you say you got?
25 and 21.
Okay, so the DC is 21. So
Okay, so both
I
of them
think if you
succeeded.
hit it, you got it. Okay.
If it meets,
So
it
on
beats.
you just have it for a round. So you're just fascinated for
Okay.
a round.
All right, that is Karu. Is that your full turn? Can you do anything else?
No, I was gonna move, kind of use their distracted
Sure.
ness to kind of scoot back a bit. Try and turn some heads and scoot away.
Gotcha. All right. What about Angoric? What you thinking? Insert yourself in the situation now.
Is this considered climbing, or actually, can you see what I'm measuring? Is this considered climbing or difficult terrain, or will this just be base movement?
If you're talking about the stairs here, that's fine. You can just go down the stairs normally.
Okay, I just didn't know if this was just regular stairs or if these were advanced stairs
This is the dance darkness.
of stariness.
My thought exactly.
Thank you.
The red caps are not currently appearing on this map. Do we have a little bit before they?
There's so part of the crowd ran away, and part of the crowd is now fighting. The cultists are fighting the red caps, but they're not really your concern. They're not coming after you.
Okay. Yeah.
You could show your. I guess we don't want to get them off our side, but the red caps are afraid of your symbol, your holy symbol. That could make them scurry. But I suppose our goal is to get the cultists to back down early.
I move over here to the tip of this, and I try to make myself look as powerful as I can and cast Sign of Conviction. So the sign of Fulgrit appears above my head, and magical religious ambiance, really just quite the aura fills the area, and I say, "Stop!" Does anything happen?
What is it? It gives you a bonus to your AC.
It is. You conjure the religious symbol of your deity into the air above you in the same space you stand in. Wielding the power of your faith to smite your foes. The religious symbol is immobile, made of pure magical force, and can't be damaged. As long as you sustain sign of conviction, you gain a +1 bonus to your AC and saving throws, and are immobilized. The DC of any effect to move you out of your space, such as the shove action, is equal to your spell DC or the normal DC, whichever is higher. If you stop being immobilized or move out of your space, sign of conviction immediately ends. When you cast a spell, and each time you sustain the spell, the religious symbol emits a blast of energy at a target within 100 feet. So I guess I'd say I would also have the religious symbol issue a blast, not at someone, but near someone. So not trying to hurt anyone, but letting them know I mean the business.
Okay. That's a mirror.
All right. So Angoric is intimidating the crowd here, trying to get everyone to stop fighting. Mm-hmm. All right. Huang, what are you thinking? Hello?
See, this is why we need the a sleeping, distracted, or away from desk emote. I think I'm on that.
Sarah, are you here?
Hello?
Put your hand to the wall above, or the ceiling above.
All right. Huang is holding her turn. What about Orpheus?
I think that Orpheus. Hold on. I was starting to get a headache. I had to take my headset off. Let's see. Hold on. Apparently, I closed out of my Pathfinder or Pathbuilder.
Uh-oh.
I think that Orpheus is going to use one of his feats, which is Slink.
Cool.
You can move through the moon with the speed of darkness. You can move 5 feet further when you take the sneak action, up to speed. In addition, as long as you continue to use sneak actions, succeed at your stealth check, you don't become observed if you end a sneak action in dim lighting or darkness, as long as you have cover or greater cover or are sealed at the end of your turn. So I guess tell me, oh powerful DM, if I can do that here in this setting. I'm assuming this is not like a bright area, but
What are you trying to do?
I'm just
Everybody's
trying to get
fighting all
away.
around you. You just want to
I'm
hide?
just trying to
Get the hell out of there.
leave. Yes, because there's a lot of people here, and I don't foresee. I
Going
guess.
well.
Yes, I don't foresee us like winning in this or like overtaking this throng of people. So I'm just trying to sneakily and subtly get out of the way with like starting a fight with anybody.
Yeah, that would have probably been a great idea for all of us, is just to let them go at it, and then
They attacked me first.
Leave.
I was gonna be on their side. I'm killing everyone.
I mean, I've got no stealth.
Yeah, you're up
There's
front.
no way I'm sneaking out.
You're fighting your way
Wait,
back.
how
Everyone-
close are you to me?
Everyone's
You
dead.
want to sneak out?
I mean, if you've got the ability, so that I've got no
I
problem
can
with
go
your
for it.
character
No,
doing
I
that.
could
It's
also.
just...
I have.
There's some range
Hold on, I was
capability.
looking. No, I'm not as fast as you guys. Quiet allies. You're skilled at moving with a group, and we could all have the same
Well, that's actually a really
stealth
nice.
check using the lowest modifier instead of rolling separately. But like,
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't know how low your modifier is.
Yeah. Your boy's at a +2 on the old stealth, so I don't think I'm getting out of here quietly.
Plus
Okay,
one.
then I'm just gonna. I'm abandoning you, and I'm going to try to sneak out of here. Can I do a stealth roll, please? And do. I guess how would I use that? Excuse me. Blink. Is it a sneak out? Like do a stealth check?
Yeah, you can just stealth check if you want.
Okay. 20, baby.
Nice.
Okay.
Very, very sneaky. Kind of very, very sneaky.
This is very, very sneaky. So you're just
I'd
trying
like
to
to think it's because Angoric has distracted most of them for a
Mm.
second.
I
Always the-
attribute your
I am
success
very,
to
very
my
sneaky,
success.
sir.
Always the man trying to take away the success of the women in
Yeah,
the
I was
group.
gonna say.
Jeez,
Orpheus the
Josh.
woman? That's crazy.
Well-
Lord of... Never mind.
Died.
It's a complicated dichotomy that we've got going on here for
I
sure.
mean, I suppose.
Can I
All right,
use one other movement to move to stand next to Angoric?
Sure.
Our secondary healer, Angor.
You can sneak up there if you want. Okay, Huang, you were gone. What would you like to do on your turn?
Come back.
I mean,
Wait. I still have one more action, don't I?
Did you?
Just
Yeah, I
slink.
suppose. Yeah, you're just moving, right? You're trying to hide.
Yeah, I moved twice,
Okay.
technically.
What else did you want to
But could I aid Woke Run for stealth if he would like to move stealthily?
do? Sure,
That's my last action.
sounds good.
The DM's trying to cut me short.
so to
It really
reiterate,
is.
everyone's just stealthily coming back right now, basically.
I'm killing everyone.
What is your I mean, what is your
I
objective
know
right
you-
now?
Oh, you're killing everyone.
What was the point of coming here?
Dismantle the cult.
We need to get the girl, but she's invisible now, so we don't know where she is.
What's I'm saying?
She
So-
teleported.
But also,
my impression.
I don't know if this is the whole cult. Like in my head, this was like, a tenth of a percentage of a random bit of the cult. So I don't know.
So the
If
girl
we're-
is for sure here. She's just invisible.
Well, she was
No.
for sure here at one point, yes, and turned invisible. I assume she's somewhere to the south here, but we don't know
Because
that.
like, I could use root reading to detect undetected creatures in the area. I just don't know if I can do that since I'm a painting right now.
We probably can't do it through the painting, I would imagine.
Oh, I can't do it
Yeah.
for the paint.
Yeah.
What's
I
what's the
understand that.
I
range
wouldn't say
on
you
that
are the
spell?
painting, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
Sarah. I don't know if you understand it, but I don't think you can do that through the painting.
So you're not the painting.
Yeah, you're not.
Caster blast.
You aren't the
Um,
actual painting. I think you're just seeing through it. Like I think your character's still like sitting to the north, just hanging out.
Oh
Or
my
somewhere.
Gosh, it's 30 foot is the range on it.
Wait, Sarah. Can we mansplain this more to you, please? Like,
I'm gonna mute you,
I
Josh.
think-
I'm gonna mute you.
As a man, I just explain things. I can't
Yeah.
do it any other way.
It'll also say if the creature was in the room within the last hour, so we'll at least know if they were here and are just recently left. But it'll detect them if they're here. So I don't know. It says 30
30
feet.
foot. 30 foot sounds like you'd have to get closer first.
Okay. So I'm going to turn back to my normal self then.
Okay. I don't think it takes any action necessarily to stop looking through the painting.
Yeah. My map tool's doing that thing again where I can't see us in real time. I just see the map.
Might be because you're off the map.
You don't see yourself right
Yeah, I
now.
don't.
No,
see
I
her.
don't see any of us at all.
Yeah, I don't think we have
She's
vision off the
invisible.
map. We can't see anything up here to the north.
Um.
Off the map.
Okay.
So.
Long turned invisible with the other lady.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's some top level gameplay.
So I'm sitting on the edge of the cliff right now, theoretically. Just climbing down. Is that just climb, or am I good to just climb down?
You could make a climb check.
Although with
There's
how many
also s-
cultists are down here, you could move around and
Yeah,
not
there are
have
steps
to
over
make
here, too.
yourself so exposed.
Yeah, you could probably maybe even stay up high and do your
Yeah, I
reading
would.
from up high, maybe.
You think I could see it do it from up there?
Well,
Yeah,
You
it's
said I
only
need
like
to get
15
closer,
feet.
so
It's only like
Yeah.
15 feet, so you'd be able to see everything going on.
yeah.
Well, she said it only gives you a 30-foot radius, right?
yes.
Oh, I
So-
thought you were gonna like. I was
Well, okay,
meaning, like,
no,
if you
sorry,
wanted
it
to do,
says
like attacks
30
or
foot
something.
emanation. So take that as you will.
30-foot emanate. What's the range? Is it just
I don't think it says the range. It just says that for the area.
so it's just
Probably
like,
her.
it's just
It's like
you.
her
It's an
reading.
emanation around you. Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind then. Okay.
Emanating from you. I think.
So I'd
Okay.
imagine I'd have to get down like on the ground to detect creatures that were there. So
Yeah, the last known location of her was somewhere down here to the south. So theoretically, to be able to like route read her, if there are routes to be read here, I think you would probably have to get down here, but that would mean getting through the crowd. If we assume she isn't like insanely fast, we could assume by like she might be just trying to get out of here and just run right down the center. So you could. How long does that route reading emanation last? Like, if there's only one way out of here, and it's these steps that we saw earlier, like, you could just stand there and wait for her, and or
Yeah,
something along those. I don't know, but
yeah, it doesn't have like a length or time on
It's
it
just
or
like
duration.
you-
It says
It's
it says it's a concentrate, so I would assume as long
just
as you're
every round.
concentrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess another option could be if you hang out near here, then these steps would be in that 30-foot radius, and you could see
Theory.
if/when
exit.
she goes
Yeah.
leaving. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
theoretically,
so
she
I'm
could
gonna go-
climb up the ledge too. Anywhere she could climb up the ledge and
Well,
get out too. But I don't.
and
So
there
this
is
is
a
my first
ladder.
movement is over to these
There's
There's a ladder
steps,
here.
and it takes 2 actions to do route reading. So I'm just gonna stop here and do route reading and see if she exited that area at all so far.
Nobody else has gone that way
Cool. Okay.
recently.
And she also might be fascinated too. If she
That's
is
true.
here. I assumed she teleported out of
Can
here.
I go down those steps
Oh.
myself?
Yeah.
You could.
Yep. That's where
I mean,
Endor-
That's how
I
we
was-
got down here.
I obviously can't do it this turn because I just use it for route reading. But
Yep.
okay.
Cool.
So she hasn't left yet, at least through those steps, anyways.
Well, yeah, through these at least. Dope.
I think you're gonna see things around the ritual area like disappearing and like they're getting packed up. You see every wind map disappear,
Okay.
and then
Who has
and then
fireball?
there's
What I wouldn't
footprints.
give for fireball.
But yeah, okay. And then it's the Colt's turn, and so you guys have done some pretty good damage to this Colt already. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
now probably looks a little bit more like actually this.
You've done 1/3 of the damage.
That is
Alright,
less
and
cold.
so it's gonna form up.
Wish they would.
I guess that's the same shape, it's just in a different direction, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
sure is, buddy. It sure is.
You could do like some pill. Yeah, that's
Uh,
good. I like it. They're flanking.
Actually, yeah, I just don't know because it's not really any more beneficial. They're still far enough away.
How strategic is this cult being at the moment?
Yeah, they're just kind of fighting. There's just a mob of people.
Yeah.
Either way, the only people that are going to get this round are Wilcorn and Elnat, so both of you need to make another reflex save.
Cool. Even better. 28.
20 is good.
26.
26 is also good. So both of those are successes. Again, so you only take half damage.
Oh, I forgot to give myself temp.
And as
HP
a
for going into the rage.
reaction, I'm shield blocking. So
Actions.
In this case, it would have been 18 points of slashing damage, so you each take 9.
and I will take 5 from the hardness of my shields. And as these people hit my shields, this glass shield, it explodes into shards of glass and fires into the crowd. And is going
You said
to do
You said it was 9 damage?
9. Yep.
So I
Um,
only take 1.
And I assume the creature that broke my shield is within 5 feet. So, I need a reflex save from you now, actually.
Oh, sure, buddy.
How the turntables?
This is still a targeted attack? Like, this is just against one person?
Well.
It does say, yeah. If the creature that
How the
broke the shield is within
turntables.
5 feet, the shards deal piercing damage to that creature with a basic reflex save.
I got 21.
I guess it doesn't. Let me see what the reflex save is. It's going to be my DC 21. Okay, so they're going to take half this damage, which is That's almost max damage. It's gonna be 5 points of piercing damage as the glass shield explodes and fires into the crowd,
Half?
killing. No, it was 10. It was 10 points of damage. You take 5. With
So that is half.
successful.
Yes.
Yep, that is half. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So like I said, they're swinging wildly, like people are attacking. So like every once in a while, they're hitting their own people. So they do 7 points of damage to themselves.
Good.
Take 5 points of damage from your shield. The crowd is really starting to thin out here. And it is Walkroon's turn.
Okay. I can't cast Glass Shield again. So I can only do that once every 10 minutes, but I can cast Livewire again. That is just a cantrip, so I can just keep on doing that. So I'm going to pull out another filament and slice into this crowd, trying to kill as many of these dumbasses as I can. Going for the big one. Spell attack. Ooh, 28 to hit.
28 to hit.
Okay. That is going to be 6 points of slashing damage and 5 points of electricity damage.
So now there's the crowd's looking real sparse. There's only a handful of people here that are still fighting. Elnat's turn.
Okay, with one action, Silver Forge is going to come into the crowd here. And attack with his another bite, and that's a +10. Okay. 24 to hit. Or not bad. 8 damage.
All right, the remaining cultists hold up their hands. Wait!
As the
We
robo
surrender.
Stickleberry Stickler. No survivors. What are you laughing at? I'm killing everyone.
Charged by the queen.
Yeah, she said to kill everyone. All right. So we're probably not out of order because we have the queen is
Still on
around
that
here
turn.
somewhere,
Not the queen.
or the niece. Viva Las Vegas.
That's true. We need to try and find
figure out
her.
something with her.
Is it seek? Okay, I'm gonna use one action to seek.
Okay.
And my perception is +9.
Okay.
Says it's a secret check, so.
Okay. The creature's invisible right now, so that's not enough. You look around and you look for signs. There's obviously there's recent footprints scattered all around, but it's tough to say with everything that was going on.
And I'm sure the answer is no on this because I think it's been asked before, but I want to, since I have one more action, can I do a second seek? Like if.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why not.
Okay, I didn't know I was thinking that if it was a failed check that you couldn't do it that turn. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and do another seek to try and find.
I think that might just be a holdover from Starfinder.
Oh, that might
And
be.
it might be for other kinds of checks. Like you can't do like knowledge checks more than once.
You can't reach it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
try.
Gotcha.
Because that's like what you know is what you know. You know, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that a success on the second one or no?
We didn't hear what you said.
I just said that I would do a second one.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying it was a
confer
secret.
for her again.
Still a fail.
Still no. Okay.
Still nothing.
I always forget about secret checks.
Can't find the niece. We
Yeah.
want to, and all kind of shout out. I know her uncle's really wanting to talk to her to try and
Oh, touche.
entice her.
Okay.
That way, it's not like we're here to,
Being weird.
hurt her. We want to
Mhm.
try and, help her. I guess.
Yeah, family matters.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
All right.
Yes.
So that's Elnat and Silverforge's turn. The crowd here has dispersed. You've kind of said, wait. We're here to help. And we will find out what happens next week. 2 weeks from now, actually.
Okay.
Next time we play.
Okay. Cool,
Will
cool
they find the
beans.
niece?
Maybe.
Will they find the
Ooh.
niece? Beginning with Karu's turn next time.
Bye, stream.
Thanks for watching,
Tatas.
everybody.
Bye.